I'm gonna turn the camera around here. You guys gotta see this. It's just barely. Look at that. Tell me that's not gorgeous. Now, I'm doing this with an iPad, so I can't guarantee the quality, but for my eyes, what I see compared to what this is stunning. I can look at that all day long. Wow. Whew. So now we've looked at the sunset. We've done this together. We just say trucker for life. We've had our moment together. We've, oops, oh, let me get this on the stand properly here. We've had this, there we go. We had a beautiful sunset tonight. Absolutely gorgeous. We watched it go down and go down and go down, and then, yeah, you guys just saw the tail end of it, but from where we were sitting, that was awesome. How we doing, Al? Doing all right? They are good, aren't they? Dar just threw these at me. They're the dairy milk mini eggs. Well, she loves the mini eggs, right? And so do I. But these are the little squares, and they come out like that. And you guys know me. I'm always munching. I will make you uncomfortable, dude. I didn't talk to you today, but Dar did, and she told me everything that went on. I'm not laughing at you. I swear to God, I'm laughing with you, because if it was for no luck, if it wasn't for bad luck, you'd have no luck, bro. So I hope I hope you guys are both feeling okay, and you're both on the upright. So I'm just sorry for your luck, man. That's a bad deal. Oh, wow. The only problem with these mini egg things is they're addictive. You gotta eat like a whole bag of them, or a whole box of them. They're really good. Hey, Stace. Rose, we're doing very well. We've actually only been home a couple of hours, just long enough to have something quick to eat. We were in Ottawa today doing the walk to freedom on Parliament Hill. I tried to do a live from down there with it, but I don't know what it was. I had on my phone, I had full service, right? Like I had LTE or LTG or whatever the hell that is, and I had like 5 bars, and I had full strength. But it just kept cutting out. The service kept cutting out, and I think it was YouTube. I think they were limiting the strain. They were limiting. They were just limiting it. They were, and it kept cutting off because there was no reason for it. I don't know what you call that, but it was a pain in the ass. Yeah, James, I don't know what to do, but I don't know what to say about that. Like I said, I had a full signal. I had full strength. There was no reason why there should have been an issue. It's not like when we were down there originally with the original convoy, and there was, 70,000 people all crammed into 3 blocks, all jumped onto 2 cell towers. Then we were just overdoing the cell towers. This is nothing. There's no reason why I should have been losing service like that. So you guys that bared with it and tried to watch it, I apologize. It was horrible. The sound quality was horrible. Everything was horrible, and you have my apologies. I went back and kind of watched it afterwards, and even I couldn't watch it, and I was in it. So, what the hell is that thing want? What? He wants to go outside. We got a cat screaming to get out here. Jeez. So anyway, yeah, this is one of the indoor cats that's not allowed out, but he's found his way outside a couple of times, so now he wants the freedom, right? Sort of like I would be Trudeau, and he would be us, right? He wants his freedom, but I'm holding him back. I'm making him stay inside. He can't go out until he's been double vaxxed, and he gives up all his rights, and he signs Bill C-223, and then Bill C-1, and then, all that shit there. When he signs all that and all his rights over, then I'll let him out of the house. But until such time, that damn pussy ain't going nowhere. Poor kitty. Dude, you know what? You come live. If you were an animal, you come live in this house. You live the animals in this house. Dar takes care of them so well that these damn animals live better than I do. And I own the joint. Carol, you know what? That wouldn't surprise me in the least. It really wouldn't. Because, and Dar just said that, there were cops everywhere. For the amount of people that were in the rally, the cops, it was like total overkill. I don't know what the ratio would have been, like maybe, 10-1 or whatever, but the cops were everywhere. And so were the unmarked cars. Obviously, the parliamentary police were there when we were on the hill, and then the Ottawa cops took over once we left the hill and were on the street. But it just wasn't necessary. They were on bikes. They were in cars. They were in vans. They were on motorcycles. They were on the top of the buildings. They were on the rooftops. They were. It wouldn't surprise me if they were on fucking gliders above, hovering around us and up top and with drones. And for what? We didn't do anything. We weren't doing anything. And again, it was one of those, we were just a peaceful little rally walking through town, and that's all we were. But damn it, they made themselves known. The police made themselves known, the Ottawa cops. There was no OPP or RCMP, but it was just all Ottawa cops. But yeah, Kathy, you're right. It was a waste of a lot of taxpayers' money with that many cops. Cops, vans, trucks, bicycles, motorcycles. With that many officers, they could have done what they had to do with probably 10. 10. Did they need to have snipers on the roof with the binoculars and all that kind of shit? Come on, is that really necessary? I don't think so. But it did open my eyes to a few things. And it is surprising how many of us in Canada, myself included, have sort of, as life has gotten back to normal, but it's not normal. It's what normal is now. It's not what normal was for us 3 years ago. But as life has gone back to whatever we want to call as normal, people are forgetting about the mandates and the laws and the things that the government are doing sort of on the low key and trying to get put through, and nobody's doing anything about it. We're standing around going, they're taking our rights. They're taking away our rights. They're taking away our freedoms. Yes, they are. And you know what, folks? We're just fucking giving them to them. Who's fighting for this? I wasn't. I got a bit of an education today. I'll be honest and tell you. I was one of those people that was going, okay, well, this has kind of gone back to normal, and this is this, and I'm driving my truck, and I'm back to doing what I do, although I still can't cross the border. So hopefully, and I'm going, hopefully that'll change. Well, how does that change? How do we get that to change? Who changes that? Who puts the voice out there and who fights for that? And who, guys like me, I'm sitting there going, well, hopefully that changes. All right, who's changing it? So, well, Kathy, after what I've seen today, and I spoke to some people today and just listening to these people at the rally, this fight is not over. It's not over. I don't know what the rest of the country. I had a message from a friend of mine. He's out on the West Coast, and Dar put up a TikTok, and he sent me a copy. He personally messaged me the same TikTok that Dar put up on her TikTok, and I said, yeah, okay, that's Dar's TikTok, and he goes, we don't know anything about any of this out here. How come we don't know anything out here? He's out on the West Coast. And it's not that you don't know. It's just that we have all stopped talking about it. There's no coverage. There's nobody kicking. There's nobody screaming. There's nobody yelling. There's nothing going on to keep the attention on it. The mainstream media has buried it. Absolutely fucking buried it. They're not going to touch it with a 10-foot pole. The Bill C-223, Universal Basic Income. You guys hear about this? Holy shitballs. Where's my phone? There was Bill C1 that just passed, 3 days ago, Dar, out in Alberta? Bill C1. No, I don't have my phone. Hold on. Sorry, not C1, just Bill 1. Okay? Kenny's anti-protest law has passed. Bill 1. No shit. Bill 1 criminalizes protests on roads, highways, trails, bridges, and sidewalks, public or private. Bill 1 makes protest punishable with fines up to $200,000 and or 6 months in jail. Go fuck yourself. Are you serious? Bill 1 allows officers to arrest without warrant any person they find in violation of these rules. Am I the only one with nothing to say here? Holy shit! Did you guys just hear what I fucking read there? Sorry, my mouth, but this is Alberta. Okay, this is Alberta. How long before Dickhead Ford is going, that sounds good, let's swing that on in here and see what we get. Oh my good God, oh Lord. Listen to me, oh good God, oh Lord. Jesus. It's come to the point where I'm praying to God. I don't believe in God. Come on. That is insane. That is insane. A $250,000 fine? A $200,000 fine and or 6 months in jail? Holy crap. So you can't protest. You can't protest on a road, a highway, a trail, a bridge, a sidewalk. That means according to this, the only place right now, if I was in Alberta and I didn't like something, the only place that I could do a protest, I'd have to stand in my own driveway. But God damn it, don't step on the sidewalk. I'd have to stand in my own driveway. And I guarantee you, after 10 of us have done that, it wouldn't be long before the next one will be and driveway. Oh, Kathy, I agree. This is awful. Yeah, Greg, actually, it's funny. I was going to touch on that because I'm back and forth through Quebec three times a week, right? Because I run the East Coast. I went into Tim Hortons in Quebec on the 20 there. I don't know the name of the town, but it's an exit 414 on the 20 between Trois-Rivières and Rivière-du-Loup. And I walked in there and I just went in to go get my coffee. And actually, I did the pre-order on my phone on the app, right? So it was in the mobile app. And I went in to get my coffee, and I walked in the door, and I swear to God, I thought I was getting mugged by 7 women. Seven French women were ready to mug me because I didn't have a mask on. And they were telling me, put my mask on. I said, I don't have a mask. Put your mask on. I said, I don't have one. I don't have one in my truck. I don't have one in my pants. I don't have one in my, I don't even have one. They're all at home in the garbage. I don't have a mask. And they didn't want to give me my coffee, but the only thing is I'd already paid for it, so they had to give me my coffee. And without causing a problem or obviously, getting in too much shit, I walked over, I got my coffee, and I left. But isn't that insane? Quebec is the only one with the mask mandate still on. You have to wear a mask. Oh. Yeah. Well, the good thing about me is if I was in Quebec and I don't put my mask on, I'm gonna go get my coffee. If they don't want to make me one, that's fine. I'll leave. But I've already paid for it. By the time I get to the counter, get my coffee and leave, if they want to call the police, that's fine. I'll be in my truck and I'll be 100 miles down the road before a cop gets there. So I'm not overly concerned about that, to tell you the honest truth. The only good thing about this is it may be the only way to get the pipeline built. I don't understand what you're saying, Eric. How so? Yeah, James, they tell you to eat, put your mask on and eat quickly while you're on a plane. That's the other thing, right? You still can't fly. You can't take a bus. You can't take a train in Canada to go anywhere between the provinces unless you're double vaxxed. Meaning, I've only had the single vax. I don't know what the fuck you call it, but I've only had the single shot. I can't get on a plane right now and go and visit my brother in Calgary. Can't do it, and it sucks. The only way for me to go out to Calgary is to drive my own personal vehicle. I can't take a bus, a train, anything like that. Could you imagine having to sit on a fucking train or a bus for, 20 hours with a mask on? You gonna put a face diaper on for 20 hours? Are you out of your mind? I'd blow my own brains out. That would be nuts. Al, you couldn't use the washroom at McDonald's in London. Why? Because you didn't have a mask on? I'll make you uncomfortable. I don't know how many more vax shots they got. Like I've said before, Trudeau has enough purchase that every Canadian can get 11. We're now, most people have had 2 for sure. A lot of people have had 3.
And now 4 is starting.
And now 4 is starting. God's Alberta Patriot. Yeah. That is absolutely true. If you think Kenny did this all by himself, smack yourself in the head. No, Kenny didn't do this all by himself. They're calling it Kenny's bill, but no, he did not do this all by himself. There's a whole list of people much higher than him pulling his strings, just like Trudeau's. Oh, they're not open to the public. Okay, Al, that's kind of what I was wondering. 12 boosters to fatten the bank account of the feds, of the T feds. Yeah, you're right. You are absolute right. More mandates coming. That is sick. Masks are so unhealthy. Do not work. It's unreal. Unreal. People do not realize I have none. I don't have any either. I actually, I just before we did this, I went down to the store because Dar wanted snacks. And, I thought for some reason there's still a couple of places like they're private businesses that still they want you to wear a mask when you come into their businesses. So I just don't go into them, and this was one of them. And we actually had to check before I went down because I wasn't going down if I had to wear a mask. And thankfully they dropped their mask mandate. So, but how is that funny? There's still private businesses where they tell you on the door that you want to come into their business, you got to wear a mask. The business on either side of them, no mask. And then we're talking about Ontario here. But if you want to come into their business, you need to wear a mask. Well, sorry. There's nothing in your store that I need bad enough that I'm willing to put a mask on. How does that feel? If you're the owner of that business, there's nothing in your store that I need bad enough that I'm going to put a mask on. In other words, if my house is on fire and you're the only motherfucker in the world with a bucket of water, I'm still not putting a mask on. Burn it to the ground. Yeah, I know. Actually, Dar and I noticed that today, uncomfortable. All the people, we were driving through Ottawa and there's people driving around by themselves, people in their car by themselves wearing a mask. What? What are you doing? What are you doing wearing a mask in a car by yourself? What do you think? You're going to give your steering wheel COVID? Give it a rest. This is the dumbest shit I've ever seen. It really, truly is.
Ryan, talk about the anti-protesters.
Oh, yeah. Okay. This is awesome. Okay. We're gonna be putting a video to get together tomorrow. Even though we went. No, Mike, they didn't. You still need both jabs to get across the border. For the truck driver, so I still can't cross. That's why I'm doing only East Coast only. But anyway, I just want to quickly tell you guys a quick story. So, listen here. This is actually kind of funny. So there's what? I don't know how many of us were doing the protest today and just doing the walk, but it was peaceful and we were like, yeah, rah, and it was good. And tomorrow there's going to be a video out. There's going to be more footage of what you guys kind of saw today with the live while we were down there, but. What you guys didn't see because the live had ended was we came across a bunch of, they're called anti-protesters, right?
Yet they're protesting.
And yet they're protesting. So these anti-protesters, I kind of separated myself and I had my camera out and I was filming. And what were they? Antifa, right?
I think.
Yeah. Well, no, I just wanted to make sure I'm saying it right. I know what they were because it said right on their paper. I just don't want to spell it. Anyway, they were Antifa. So there was, I don't know, maybe 50 of them, right? But they were standing about 100 yards off and they wouldn't come over to us. And then a small group of them came over and a couple of them had literature. And they were going to me, they were walking up to me to give me the literature. And literally 30 feet behind them, there was a wall of their group standing there going like this, going, fuck you, like at us, because we're protesting, right? So they're telling us, fuck you, and they're giving us the finger, and they're doing all of this, and these guys are come walking up to us with these pamphlets, with Antifa, with these pamphlets, preaching togetherness, love, and all this kind of shit, and it's like, holy crap, and they looked, there was a couple of them, and you'll see the video tomorrow. I have got it. There was a couple of them, like their heads were ready to explode. They were so angry that we were walking by them on the street. All it would have taken was for one of us, and I was so tempted, but all it would have taken was for one of us to turn around and go, yeah, fuck you, or something like this, and they'd have come running out. They were just looking for a reason to get into it. And it didn't happen. It didn't happen, and we got it on film, but it was awesome. It was awesome. I couldn't believe the anti-protesters. Antifa are communists. Henry, you are right. This was awesome. I'll be honest with you. There was a couple people there that were actually afraid. I was amused. I was actually amused by what was going on. It's like, and I said to the guy, I said, how can you hand me this and expect me to come join you and be part of your brotherhood when right behind you, the rest of your group was telling me to go fuck myself, and he wouldn't answer me. What he said to me was, he goes, well, I don't represent them. Yes, you do. They're right. You were standing right there with them 2 minutes ago when you came walking over to me to hand me this literature. I called him out on his shit, and we got it on video. So like I said, Dar's got a whole bunch of editing to do tomorrow. So that one will be out tomorrow. But yeah, the anti-protesters protesting. Wow, that's a mouthful. Anyway, that's my funny little story of what happened to us today. A lot of Kool-Aid drinkers. Don't drink the Kool-Aid. Yeah, they were pissed. They are recruited and they call them bird dogs. I wouldn't say that all of them were recruited. There was a couple there that you could tell that were professionals. They were paid to be there. But there was a couple, there was a good portion of them were just a ragtag bunch of shitheads. Just looking for a reason, just whatever. Antifa won't take on a crowd that's bigger than them. They'll just shout abuse. And that's exactly what they did. That is exactly what they did. Just abused us, told us to go F ourselves, gave us the finger, and that's about it. Yeah, that's funny because the bikers are coming through next. It is going to be so cool. I would love dearly to be going for that.
We are going.
Are we going to be there for that one? See, I don't know. I just go where Dar tells me, and I'm just the mouth, right? So yeah, we're going to be there for that. I'm really looking forward to that. I would love to see Antifa open their mouth. I would love to see Antifa open their mouth if there's, however many bikers. I would expect there be a few. No, I'll make you uncomfortable. My riding days are over. I gave up my motorcycles years ago because of a pretty serious motorcycle injury. I do not have a bike anymore. I would love to. Unfortunately, my lower back and my spine can't take the beating. And I refuse to get a trike. Although it's starting to look a little more appealing as I'm getting older, but I don't know. But no, I don't have a bike right now at current. But if anybody's got one they want to lend me, hell, I'll tear it up for you. I'll ride it for one day.
I'm just going to bring your wheelchair.
Dar's going to bring my wheelchair. Thanks, baby. You're so sweet.
You're welcome.
All those reasons, all those times I forgot why I married you, you just reminded me right now. Thanks, babe. I'll make you uncomfortable. I don't need a bike and I still take a beating. Twisted sister, attaboy. Kathy's a Harley girl. Look at that. Well, Kathy, I had a 92 Heritage Softail, which I dearly miss. And I had a 99 Sportster, sorry. I was looking at the Fat Boy, but it was a Sportster. And I had to sell the Sportster because I looked stupid on it. Basically my knees came up around my ears when I was riding it, even with the stretch pegs on it. So, but no bikes for me anymore. No bikes for me. Profane truth. Attaboy. I am a trucker, and I was there with the truckers, and I will be there with the bikers. I was a biker. I will be there with the bikers. You took your test on a Dynaglide. I took my test on a modified RM250 Suzuki. It was a dirt bike, but it had a license plate, and I was able to take the test on it. Mind you, we're talking back in the 80s, right? Back then, you could have taken your motorcycle test on a bicycle with a lawnmower engine. Oh. So nobody's noticed or even said anything. Shh.
Oh, but sure.
Yeah.
Oh.
82 people are all blind as
Oh,
bats.
tell them to like the thing.
Oh yeah, there's 82 of you, and there's only 34 of you that have liked. Hey, you guys, hit your like buttons. I'm not saying another word till you all start hitting your like buttons. Come on. I took my M class on a Honda 70. Holy shit, how old are you? Yeah, okay, Greg wins the prize. Greg gets the free shirt. There you go. Greg's the first one to notice it. Oh, he even complimented me. You look younger and got a cool shirt. Look at that. No, everybody's going, you shave? No, yeah, I did shave. I shaved last week, so whoever said that, you missed it. Yeah. Sorry, boys. Critical thinker. Canada first. Well, that's what we're trying here. We're trying to get Canada first. We're trying to keep Canada first. There you go. We're up to 51 likes. Keep going. Yes. I trimmed. I actually trimmed it last week or the week before, but I actually trimmed it again this morning because there was a couple of patches, so cleaned it up. But now it's going to grow back out again. Much to Dar's not happiness.
I don't mind that.
No, I'm going to grow this back out
No,
again.
that's never happening. I'll chop it in your sleep.
Oh, get over yourself. Thanks, Greg. I'll be happy to give it to you, and you can wear it with pride. December, I always hit the like before I watch.
Me too.
That's what you all should be doing. It looks better than what you had. You're talking about my face, right, Henry? Oh, what else have we got here? So, hey, the Elon Musk thing. Did you guys hear? His beard was getting out of control. Oh, that's Dar. Did you guys hear that Elon Musk bought and now owns 9.2% of Twitter? Look at this. You guys are just right at it tonight. It took 10 years off. Stop saying stuff like that.
It did, though.
It did not.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe to you guys. Yeah. Elon Musk goes 9.2% of Twitter. That means the man can pretty much say anything he wants to say and get away with it. Now, hopefully, somebody just said something and went up the screen too fast. Greg, hopefully he's on the good side of keeping free speech. Exactly.
That's why he did it.
Exactly. That's why I'm pretty sure that he did this. Because, what is it, not the FCC, or whoever it is that regulates, they can't regulate him now, okay? And that's fine. James, the man can rule Twitter, that's fine. You know what? I've not heard Elon Musk say a stupid thing in his entire life. He's a smart guy. He's not dumb. And believe it or not, yeah, okay, he's a gabillionaire. Okay, he's a gabillionaire. Would I like some of his money? Sure. Would all of you like some of his money? Sure. Does he need all that money? Hell no. But is he an idiot? Is he stupid? No, I think a guy like that can do a lot of good for us. So now Trump can have his account back. I don't know if he's given back. Who said that? He has enough F off money to do it. Dude, he's got enough F off money that he could do anything. He could literally balance the Canadian budget with a check. Write the check and balance it. Bring us right back to zero. Done. And it would not hurt his bank account in the least. He could literally affect the GDP of the entire country, of Canada, and it would not hurt him. He could do it. Now, does he have to do it or should he do it? No. Are we expecting him to do it? No. But could he do it? Yeah, he could. Yeah, we're waiting for his internet.
Clothes on the floor.
Jacob's here. What'd you do, Jacob? Did you run home, get on the internet, and here you are?
Yeah, tell people how you ran into him.
I ran into Jacob today. We were doing the rally, and I guess clothes on the floor. Jacob, he decided that he was gonna pop in, so he grabbed his dad, and they drove in into Ottawa. It's about a 45-minute drive from where he lives, and yeah, so he walked the rally with us today. It was awesome to see him. What is he? He's 18 now. He had a birthday a couple of weeks ago, or a month ago. So yeah, it was awesome. Good to see him. Glad he showed up. Thank you. Thanks, Jacob Dad, for driving him down. We appreciate that.
Sorry. Let you
Lenny, the first time I seen you, I would have guessed your age around 66. You look a lot look younger now. Okay, Lenny, you don't get a free hat. Fuck you. I'm just kidding. My head feels naked without a hat. I'm looking for one one that just fits. Like that one? Like that one? You like that one? That one's not bad, eh? Kind of goes with the shirt. Not bad. When do they switch to summer fuel? They should be doing that actually any day now. They don't usually do that. What?
What does that mean? What do you mean?
Summer fuel.
I've never heard.
Summer fuel is when they take the additives out, the freezing additives out. So the summer fuel, you get better fuel mileage on it. 15th. Usually about April, usually anywhere between the April 1st and the 15th is when they stop bringing it out. So whatever's left in the tanks, it'll be, but they'll use it up. So I would probably imagine that most places have already stopped purchasing it and it's not coming into their stations anymore. And what they've got is what you get, and when it runs out, just the other stuff will come in. So I am so looking forward to regular, just summer fuel. I really am. You can probably add another half point to your fuel mileage.
But it's not cheaper.
It's the same price. It's the same price. Well, if you take care of your truck and you do things right, then you don't need 911. I don't care if you live in Manitoba and it's minus 7,500. Take care of your shit. You don't need it. Don, it was very interesting. It was very interesting. And like I was just said earlier, it really opened my eyes to a lot of things that we're not done here. This battle and this fight and this argument and whatever the hell you want to call this in our country, we're not done. There's too many things. Let's just put it this way. They threw a bunch of shit at us to shut us up. And for the most part, in our country, it worked. Oh, we'll give you this. We'll do this. We'll lift this mandate. We'll do this. And for the most part, it shut everybody up and went, oh, thank you. And this is what we're stuck with, what we're at right now. We're thinking that, this is life in general and this is how life is going to be. No, it's not. What they did is they threw enough stuff at us to shut up the general public. But in the meantime, they're sneaking through all these little bills, like I said before. Bill 1 out in Alberta, C-223, S-233, the universal basic income bills. They're sneaking through all this shit because there's nobody left to argue anymore, because we're supposed to be grateful because they gave us back our lives. Well, that's a load of shit. That is a big time load of shit, okay? There is so much still going on. Any of you guys not vaxxed try to cross the border, still can't cross the fucking border. I still can't go to work. I'm going broke at a record pace here in working in Canada because I can't cross the border and I can't go to work and I can't supply my family with the livelihood that I'm used to. I'm probably gonna have to sell my truck or something because I don't know what to do because I cannot cross the border and I will not take the second jab. I'm not doing it. I'll die if I do it. I'm not doing it. So, any of you guys cry that? No. But do you hear anybody kicking and screaming and yelling? Bill 100, I know. Does you hear anybody else kicking and screaming and yelling? No. Why? Because, they gave us enough to shut us up, and that's what it did. Everybody shut up. There's still a lot of work to be done. A lot of work to be done. That sucks. Let's talk about something good here. Let's talk about 905's trucker, G trucker. My VNL getting 7.2, running 98 kilometers an hour. I feel it's low. You can't get a vax exemption since you had side effects. No, I don't qualify for a vax exemption because there's only two ways to get it. There's only two things that qualify you for a medical exemption, and I don't qualify for either of them. I don't even come close. And if your VNL is getting 7.2, running 98 kilometers an hour, Tell me what your rear end differential is. Tell me what your horsepower is set at, and tell me what your torque settings are at. I'll tell you what you need to do to get your horsepower, to get your mile per gallon up to 7 or up to almost 8. It also depends on the year of your VNL. Yeah, you know what, Kathy? I'm the only one in my family that's not jabbed. Like I said, I've got a single, but I don't have the double. Everybody else in my family is double jabbed. They can go and do whatever they want. For example, Dar's getting on a plane next week or the week after, and she's going out to Alberta. You know, it's just I can't do it, obviously, because I'm not vaxxed. I can't cross the border. I can't get on a bus. I can't get on a plane. I don't know. Can I get in a taxi? Am I allowed to get in a fucking taxi? Yeah, I can get. Okay, I can get in a taxi. Do you have a 905? Do you have take your horsepower down to 465? With the 355 rear end, you're going to run that at 62 miles an hour. 1650 on torque is perfect. Do you have an automated? Do you have the I-shift? If you have an I-shift, hopefully it's a 12 speed with the overdrive. The nano chips only last 5 months till they stop transmitting. That's why they need regular boosters. You know what, bro? I wouldn't be surprised. I really wouldn't be surprised if what they're sticking in us. How would we know? X15 Eaton. Oh, wow. There's your fuel mileage right there. X15. Great motor, pulls like hell. Love it. But the Eaton, is the Eaton the automatic Eaton, or do you have a 13-speed Eaton? Manual. I'm vaxxed, and to my family, I am dead. Well,
That's not nice.
that's not cool, man. I'm sorry to hear that. I really am. That does suck. Nobody should be ostracized or put out. Nobody. Just because we chose not to get vaxxed. It's a choice. We're not going all the way back. 905, so the only thing you can do there is, if it's an auto, bump your speed up a bit. I know that sounds contrary to what people are saying. Take your speed up to 61 to 62 miles an hour. With 355s, that'll put your RPM somewhere around 13 and a half. And that's your sweet spot. Your sweet spot on those X15 motors is between 13 and 1425. So you'd be at about 13 and a half at 62 miles an hour. And that's where you want to be. And stay off the gas pedal, bro. Stay off the gas pedal. You put that cruise control on and you keep it on. I've got the highest rating for cruise control in my entire company. My truck is on cruise control over 85% of the time. 85% of the time. That means that my computer in my truck does all of the work. It shifts 10 times more efficiently than I can. Saves me a ton of money, gets my fuel mileage up. That's what you need to do. There. I'll send you a bill for that later. So now we are the Black Lives Matter. Oh, let's not get there. Take it down to 475. I would go down, for example, I took my Detroit down to 465. But 475 on a Cummins is fine. You can take it down to 475, you'll be fine. Hey Ruby, how are you?
Really?
Yep. Huh? What is vac shedding? I don't know. I'm doing decent. Ruby, that's not a good way to, I'm doing decent? What's decent? Brian looks 10 years younger with the beard trimmed. Well, Brian's going to look about 70 years older when this beard grows back in. Had a specialist apply for a medical exemption for me, so I have hope. I don't know. I can't pronounce it, but there's, like I said, only 2 reasons why you can be medically exempt. One of them is when you have something ochrosis or whatever. It's when your heart expands. Now, I did not have that. And the other one is you have to be able to prove that you're having a negative allergic reaction to the vaccine. And we can't prove that. How did you know you have blood clot symptoms and signs? My legs, the first signs I had was my legs. My left leg, all between my calf and my knee, was swelling up, and it hurt. It was quite painful. I don't know how to explain it.
Your knee, your groin.
Yeah, all in here, like from there to there.
Yeah.
But it was painful. I don't know how to explain the pain. It was just, it would be almost like someone's taking a knife and just running it up along the side and splitting the skin open. It hurt. And as that was happening, my leg was swelling up. So it was hurting and aching, and it was like a shearing pain, and the leg was swelling. And then shortly thereafter, I started having pains like down underneath my breast muscles down here. And I thought, holy shit, I'm having a heart attack, or maybe I'm having heart palpitations. And it wasn't until, like I said, I came off the road on the 22nd of December, and I relaxed for a couple of days thinking, okay, maybe I was really pounding hard. I was working really hard. I was thinking maybe I just overdid it. And then Christmas Eve, we went to my in-laws, and when we got home, Dar had to take me and rush me into the hospital in Napanee. And it took them 90 minutes. 90 fucking minutes. They did an ultrasound on the leg, and they found 4 of them in my left leg. And you could see them like on the screen. And then as soon as they realized that I was having pain in the chest, they took me and they put me in the tube, and they gave me the CAT scan. And that's when they found the big ones, the serious ones that were in my lungs. And yeah, that was a real big eye opener. That scared the crap out. Because I still got them. They haven't gone away yet. It could take upwards of a year. Greg, well, I was a pretty healthy guy. I got the shot on December 4th. Oh, okay. I thought you were being an ass because I was about to jump on you. Good thing, because I was giving you the free shirt, remember? Yeah, so they still haven't gone away. I still got them. Now I'm still on blood thinners, and there's an enzyme in the blood thinner, but there's jack shit I can do. I'm back to work, but I can't work as hard as I used to. And I do need to take more breaks. I do need to get more walking and da-da-da-da-da. So that's where I'm sitting right now. I've got blood clots still in my lungs. I got blood clots in my legs. There's nothing I can do. Yeah. Greg, you and I were both saved by Dar there. Yeah, I'm lucky to be alive, 905. You're damn right. You're goddamn right. And now you understand why. Would you, after having that happen, if this happened to you, any of you, would you take that second shot? Would any of you even think about taking that second shot? I just can't do it. I cannot do it. I can't even think about it. I thought about it. I'll be honest with you. I did think about it. But afterwards, I'm like, no. Not a chance in hell. The first one was let's just say it's like the first one was a warning shot. Kabang. You know, and the shot went wide. Maybe it nicked me. It was a warning. If I take the second one, it's not going to be a miss that's going to kill me. And I'm not taken the second shot. I will ride this out. I will figure this out on a financial level. We will work this out. We will figure this out. I will probably start selling myself on the corner down in the middle of Stone Mills here of Highway 4 and 7. Who knows what I'll do for 20 bucks?
I'm comfortable that's cool with me anyway.
Yeah, I know. Thank you, Ruby. I still can't pronounce those, but everybody look on the screen to see what Ruby wrote. Those are the two reasons that you can't be, that you need to have both of those to get documented, to get exempted. Who's got 4 or 5? I don't even think about another. Oh, okay, yeah, Scott. Yeah, I've had one and it almost killed me. There are people out there that are standing in line. Oh, I want my next one. I've had 3. When's the 4th coming out? It's like a bad fucking Star Wars movie, right? Oh, Star Wars 1 is out. When's 2 coming out? Oh, I got to go stand in line to get my Star Wars 2 shot, right? Then, Star Wars 3, then Star Wars 4, then Star Wars 5, then Star Wars 6, and 7, and 8, and... Oh. PDS, I'm jealous. I should have never took it. You know what? I should have never took it. I panicked in a moment of weakness and stupidity, and I took that fucking shot. My guts told me not to take it. My common sense told me not to take it. My instincts told me, do not take this shot. And I did not listen to myself. Many times in my life, many times in my life, my instincts and my inside voice has told me what to do, and I follow it, and it has never failed me. This one time I did not listen to it, and I took a kick to the balls, and I'm paying for it. But I will not take another shot. The only way Trudeau's putting another shot into me is if a bunch of them kick in the door right now, come in here, hold me down, and they start putting needles in me. That's the only way. Only way. James in Manitoba has 4 coming out. I had 2 because CN job without jab, I would be able to work. But didn't we just have something come out saying that all those companies, what was that, Dar? All those companies that forced us, because it came out that they weren't allowed to do that. They were not allowed to force us to get a jab in order to keep our jobs.
I know that happened in Alberta for sure.
Right. I was wondering if that was just Canada-wide. Hey, Scott, no problem. Have a good night, brother. If you go down, someone's coming with you. Yeah, you and me both. You and me both. If 5 of them come through the door, they better figure out amongst the 5 of them who's coming to the hospital with me. I may go, but at least 3 of them are going with me, for sure. Yeah, uncomfortable. There is lawsuits. There's going to be a bunch of lawsuits. They're going to sue the government and sue the workplaces of the companies that forced these people to either get the shot or quit or lose their jobs. It was against the law. The court deemed it against the law, and they weren't allowed to do that. So now, like for example, CN, if you worked for CN and you lost your job or they fired you because you refused, you now have a case to go back and you can sue them, go after lost wages, go after blah, 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 blah. There's a whole bunch of shit starting to get wound up, and it's going to be out there. Yeah, Joe, you're right. It is. You had to show proof with CN. Yeah. Well, you know what? The funny thing is, if you didn't take the jabs and you lost your job, you'd probably be able to go back and sue the shit out of them. BC are rehiring and reinstating back pay for municipal workers. There you go. Right? Carhartt clothing. They make great clothing, but I hate them for what they did with their stores. Are you surprised your channel took off 98 people in here just to hear you? That's not easy to do. Man, I can't believe 98 people of anywhere would be willing to listen to me. I don't want you guys out here listening to me. What I want is I want your ideas. I want to see what you guys are putting up here, and we can all talk about what the hell you guys want to talk about. Why any of you idiots want to listen to my voice is beyond me. Ruby, the walk was great. The walk was really good. We're going to be putting a video up tomorrow showing the walk. We had a really good time. I really did. I almost got into a fight with some some other protesters, and it was a good time. I got my blood boiled a little bit. I got excited. I got happy. I got my eyes opened. Everything a growing boy needs. We had a good time. And Dar got to dance a little and sing along to the music, and we had a good time. Who's got time to sue? 50,000 5 years later, no guarantee you'll win. Easier to find another job. You know what though, Ween? If we all thought that way, which is what they want, then they win. In order for us to get ourselves into a position for us to win, there's going to have to be some pains, and there's going to be some growing pains, and there's going to be some of us that aren't going to get anything. But if there's more of us out there that are willing to take the kick, the next one's coming, the next one's through the door have got a better chance at winning something or getting something. Exactly. PDS, I like that. Exactly. It's not how long you wait, it's the purpose of it. The purpose of it. And I'll be honest with you, it's the principle. It's the principle. This is one of those what's right and what's wrong. There's no fucking gray area here, guys. There's no gray area. What's right and what's wrong. Okay? It's the principle. What they did was wrong. What they did to us was wrong. Those people that lost their jobs, lost their wages, lost their homes, lost their retirement, lost everything because of this, they deserve better. And the principle of this is to make sure that they get what is deserving to them, and they should get it back. If it means that it's 5 years down the road, that it takes 5 years, then you know what? Hey, I will float this for 5 fucking years to make sure that those people get what's coming to them. To get their stuff back, get their homes back, or at least get some kind of compensation. I hope there's enough other people out there that feel the same way I do. Was I kicked and was I beaten up badly over this? Sure, but am I about to lose my home and my retirement and my family and all of that? Not quite yet, but I'm willing to help somebody else who has. And I hope there's enough of you out there willing to do that as well. Strength in numbers, Don. Absolutely. Goddamn right. That's what you meant to say, principle. I picked up on that, PDS. I just kind of went with it. I know what you were saying there. Heparin is starting to be used to help with clotting. They're not putting. I'll be honest with you. I'm pretty nervous about putting anything in my body. I really am. I gave up vaping. Did you see that? I haven't been vaping. I gave up frickin' vaping. Pretty soon I'll be able to piss glacier water and I'm breathing, 100% oxygen. I don't know what else I can give up to get healthy. Yeah. Greg, that's a very good point. The way I look at it, I think of a soldier on the battlefield facing such horror. All we need to give up at this time is our comfort zones. Yeah. Yeah. You can yell at the CBO you want, but I won't be in the US. Sorry, bro. Sorry. If you get somebody over there that answers back, maybe they can pass on a message. It's, that's kind of cool. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see how long this mandate lasts. Like I said, They are fighting this. This is still one of those mandates that they are fighting and that they are, but it's not a fast-moving argument. This one's not happening very quickly. So I don't know. There's going to be a lot of people that are going to be hurting just with the inflation that was created. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Absolutely. It's not a matter of they're going to be hurting. They are hurting. It's already happening. The inflation, I don't know. What about you guys? When the last time you went in and checked on a loaf of bread? It's funny how that in our society that we always use a bag of milk or a loaf of bread as the index to how bad or good things are in our inflation, in our dollars. And it seems that a loaf of bread seems to be the first thing that goes up or goes down. Why, I don't know, but that's funny how that is. Check out what price of bread, back in November, a loaf of bread back in November, and see what you were paying. BC finally dropped the Vax Pass. Could come back anytime, though. Joe, it's not gone away. All they've done is said, okay, you no longer need to use it. Okay, it's still in place. And like you said, at any given time, if there's something here or something there that they don't like, it'll be back. Okay, you need your Vax Pass. Make sure it's ready to go. They didn't get rid of it. They didn't tell you to throw it in the garbage. It's defunct. It's been deregularized or whatever the hell I'm trying to say. Okay, that's not the case here. It's still there. After 10 off running a bunk heater and fridge, how long does it take to charge batteries up? If just idling, any idea? My truck is 2 hours. I have an APU, but I have the battery pack APU, and I've got my fridge. I've usually got like a TV, whatever, running, blah 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 blah. And once my batteries, the lights go off and the batteries go, it's 2 hours of idling. Actually, it's programmed for 2 hours. The engine kicks on automatically. It's programmed for 2 hours, but it doesn't take 2 hours. I would probably say about an hour and a half, and the batteries are fully charged. Hey, Dar, Debbie's got a good question there. Did you see that? What do you say there, Dar? 10 bucks for a loaf of homemade bread around there. You know what, Don, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. If we went into the bakery, I haven't been into the bakery down where I live here in a while, so I don't know what we're paying for homemade bread. But I know groceries and whatnot just from around our place where we shop at the Metro and the No Frills. It's insane. But how about this? Here's the biggest one for you, okay? We drove into Ottawa today. I've got a 2020 Honda Civic, right? It's got a 45-liter tank. It cost 70 bucks to fill it today. And it was dead empty. I mean, the gas light was on. 70 bucks to put 45 liters into a Honda Civic. Holy shitballs.
How much does an APU cost?
These electric APUs, the one that's on my truck is $9,000. But it'll pay for itself in the first 16 months because mine does heat and AC. So you can be sitting in Texas with your engine shut off and that thing will keep your truck cool. And you can be sitting in, northern Wisconsin, and it can be minus 50 and it will keep your truck warm. And it also keeps your coolant and your engine warm. So it's worth the price you pay for them. Trust me. I would not own another truck without one. No, we got metros in Ontario. I'll make you uncomfortable. Well, I know what part of the country you live in. You don't have them up there?
Oh my God, 140 bucks.
140 bucks for your Chevy Silverado. Yeah, but that's what, like an 80-liter tank though, isn't it? Or an 85-liter tank. But still, 140 bucks. Like, what a kick, eh? But we're talking 70 bucks on a Civic. Thank God the goddamn thing goes 650 kilometers on 45 liters, because if it didn't, I'd be parking the thing in the driveway and giving Dar a bicycle. That's what you get, babe. See ya. Out of here. Don't look at me like that. You be riding that bike and you know it.
How am I going to get to all my walk?
That's not my problem. Do it in your bike. It cost you $100 for 51 liters in Prince George, BC last week. What a ripoff. $35 on a bike. Yeah, how many liters does your tank hold, Pat? Everything is crazy expensive. $840 for a family of 3.
Holy shit.
Holy crap.
For filming.
I run 102. My steer tires I run at 102. Upwards between 102 and 105, and I run my drives at 95 pounds. 2 feet in a heartbeat. Yeah, that's how I used to run my air conditioning. 2 windows down, 60 miles an hour. 60 and 2. Yeah. F-150 4.
Oh my god, 180.
$180. Where do you live? PDS, where do you live? Or just give us the province. I don't need to know where you live. Toronto? Yeah, okay, well that explains that. Holy crap, man.
Chief Wiggum has.
Man, you better start taking an Uber. Chief Wiggum, what's Chief got? Brian, is International a good truck? Right now, International, hold on, I heard the 70s and 80s TransStar Cabos was a beast. You know what? I never drove either of those, the 70s or the 80s, obviously. I'm not that old. As you can tell now, I'm 10 years younger. But I do like the new Internationals. They've got the new LTs. If you can get one that's built from what I understand, the 19s, 20s, and 21s are all fairly good. They've got the Cummins, the X15s. Get them with the automatics. They're a good fleet truck. They're good. They're still fairly cheap. They're one of the cheaper trucks out there. And they're good. They're a good solid work truck. They're like my Cascadia. They're a good solid work truck. They'll get the job done. They'll get you down the road. Parts are readily available for them. You can stand on the roof of any building and throw a rock in any direction and find an International dealer. And if you've got the Cummins in it, you don't have to worry about it. You can take it anywhere to get it fixed. And they're roomy. The LTs are roomy inside. They're not a bad truck. Best truck right now, VNL 760. Bullshit! I mean, excuse me. A lot of companies are getting away from the Volvos right now. They just cannot get their shit together with the electrical and the sensor problems they're having. And it's right now with what's going on, they cannot get their shit together with to be able to spend and get reliability. Go with the Freightliner or the ProStar or the LT, the International LT. Go with the Cascadia or the LT. Dar.
What?
Our signal. What's going on?
What do you mean?
Well, look at the... Oh, we're back? What the hell happened there?
No idea.
Whew! Scared me. So, is Beans staying local driving dump trucks? I don't know. I don't know what Beans is doing. Beans has decided to move on to something else. He's going to another company. From what I understand, he's going to be doing long haul. Wish him the best of luck. Wish him the best of luck. Must be a van with a dish on the roof in the neighborhood. Yeah. It's probably Trudeau and the boys sitting out back. Go check out front and see if there's a van out front there, Dar. See if they're watching us.
Like the time the cop was just sitting out there.
Yeah, well, that was like the time
Just after the convoy.
a month ago, right after the convoy. We did one of these lives right after the convoy, and there was a cop sitting right outside my house, and he was just sitting there, interior light on, right in front of the house. Like I live out in the country, right? There's there's nothing out here. There's no reason for a cop to be out here. Sure as shit, he was sitting right outside my house. So if you don't think they know what I'm up to and what I'm saying and what I'm doing, you're damn right they do.
No hard feelings with Beans, he's asking.
I don't have time to have hard feelings with anybody. It's not my problem. it's not my, I got my own life to live. I wish nobody any hard feelings. I wish nobody any, the best of luck. Everybody out there, the best of luck to you. Whatever's yours, go for it. Whatever you're feeling, do it. If I can help you out in any way I can, and it doesn't hurt me in any way, I'll be happy to help you out. So, do I have any hard feelings? No, not at all. Yeah, if you're not on the government's watch list, have not been paying attention. Well, the way I look at it is, if you're not on a government watch list, that means you're not saying the right things, right? If you're saying the right things, then they're paying attention to you, right? Then they want to know what you're saying. If you're just out there going like this, they're just spouting off shit, then they don't care. You're of no threat to them. Gas is $3.98 a gallon. Debbie, diesel fuel for us right now is anywhere around $5.25 to $5.50 a gallon, depending on where the hell you are. Make friends, be free, and enjoy life while you can. That's all I say, man. I'm trying. Most of you guys are trying. Trudeau ain't making it easy. Cliff, where are you? $4.29 a gal there. Where are you? I'll come down there. Actually, I can't cross the border. Damn you, Cliff. Oh. You hear that? We're hitting it hard tonight. Hitting it hard. What did we drink here? This was blackberry. Oh, we're going to go back to the Old Faithful and drink some cherry. About $5.05 a US gallon was paying last week. Yeah. Cliffs in Rockford know it very well. Which is odd. $4.29 in Illinois. Usually, your gas or your fuel is a little more expensive because you're so highly taxed. Your tax is one of the worst fuel taxes. $4.29, that's a damn good price.
Jesus Christ, that's bullshit.
Greg, when was that? Like today? They're watching tire roasters and they're stopping people for honking and charging them $81 for unnecessary honking. Oh, I'll give you, you know what? I'll take an $81 fine and I'll show you what you can do with your fucking honk. At the Pilot. $5.05 a gallon. Yeah. I think the national average, I could look it up, but actually the national average right now, I think the US national average, I think right now is $5.25. $5.25. And that's what it is right now across the board. It was $4.65 and it's come down. Honk honk for tire roaster. That guy is awesome, isn't he? With all the fruit that's going bad, start making wine. You guys should start making booze and start making liquor. Hey Steve, how you doing, bro? Glad you're here. Doesn't matter that you're late, at least you showed up. Hit your like button. You can't get in here until you hit your like button, so hit your like button. I'm looking at it right now. I'm looking at that number. It says 89. You better hit that like button. It better go to 80. It better go to 90. Or Steve, you have to leave again. There you go. 91. What'd you do? Hit it twice? 92. Keep going, boys. Hit that like button. Boys and girls, sorry. 94. There's only 75 of yous in here and there's 93 likes. That's pretty good. Ah. Jim, holy shit, are you serious? $8 plus a gallon on Manitoulin Island for diesel? Wow. Profane truth. 2 days after Trudeau ordered all the potatoes and PEI destroyed, he announced a food shortage. Yeah, okay. I received a refund from Gives and Go for the funds I donated to the Freedom. Very disappointed. Did they take a percentage, or did they give it all back to you? Or did they say, oh, well, there's a processing fee or something like that? Or did they actually give it all back to you? Canada's a dictatorship now. Yes, it is. Turd face. Joe, you know what? I'll be honest with you, Joe. You're a lot nicer than me. I'd like to call him. There's a whole lot of other shit I'd call him before I'd call him turd. Turd face is about 35th down the list of all the shit I want to call him. Oh.
Really?
Minus the Gives and Gun refund minus the carbon tax. Thousands of tons of potatoes destroyed because they found a fungus in a bin. Imagine all the vodka they could have made. Yeah, that's a lot of booze they could. Believe me, any liquor they'd have made would have killed any fungus that they had. And just think, the government is so stupid, they could have made the liquor and then taxed it. They probably threw away about $1 million worth of tax money. Thanks, Leanne. They threw away about $1 million worth of tax money. Why? Research who is involved with the potato family and his government. It will make sense. Actually, I never thought of that. Every time that something like this happens, check out some member of Trudeau's family. I'm not saying that that's gonna be what is gonna happen, but I'd be willing to bet you somewhere down the line, somebody in his family has a hand in something. Somebody down the line has something, a hand in potatoes. Tire Roaster was asking the police about what will happen with the honking at the hockey game. How do you monitor that? That's a good question. Hey, Johnny, how are you, bro? Who owns all the resources in Canada? This is a trick question. Hold on. I know the answer to this. It's not us. It's not our government. It's some asshole over in Europe. What's his name? Hachu? No, Tampon Schwab? I don't know. Schwab. It's not us. That's who owns all the Canada's most prolific serial killer was a Trudeau. I agree with that. Yes. Klaus Schwab and BlackRock. That is who owns all of Canada's resources, whether it be natural gas, oil, water, air, nuclear generators. It does not matter. They own it all. And there is nothing right now that you or me can do about this. Always follow the money. It has to. Absolutely. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. But how do you follow money when we're going to go into a cashless society? Guys, we're going to a cashless society. There's no jack shit you can do about this. It is going to, I got Vanguard stock. Oh, that's dark. Would you tell me when you're going to put something up? I was going to go, yeah, I got Vanguard stock. Oh, wait a minute. That's my wife. Yeah. I hate to say this, but I've got Vanguard stock. So the better that they do screwing us, the better I'm doing. Sorry, guys. But I'm not selling that stock. What the hell was I talking about?
I don't know.
I don't have a clue.
Oh, here we go. I gotta call.
Who's that?
No, it's just on my thing.
Oh, okay. The West is jealous of the East. Oh my God, I don't think so. I don't think so. Oh, that's what we were talking about, cashless, whether we like it or not. I think you did this to me last week and the week before, Joe. I kept losing my train of thought. You just kept bringing the old train back onto the track. Yeah. Thanks, Steve. So, whoa, I gotta stop hitting the table. Cashless. Okay, so pretty soon, there's gonna be no bank cards. There's gonna be no money. There's gonna be no cash, nothing. It's all gonna be right here, boys and girls, right on a phone or on a tablet or on a device. Cashless. And everybody, I had this conversation with a bunch of people and they were going, well, just start stuffing your mattress with cash. It's going to be useless. Or flood the market with cash. Pay for everything with cash. That'll work for about 6 months. That'll work for about 6 months. And you're going to put cash into the market and you're going to buy everything with cash. And then all of those stores or those places that are taking your cash, they're going to go to the bank with that cash and it's never coming back out again. It'll never come back out again. And they'll eventually just cycle it out. There'll be no cash left and you have no choice but to use a bank card. And then they're going to cycle out the bank cards. The bank cards are not going to work anymore. Neither will your Visa card or your MasterCard or your Amex or your bank card or your debit. It will not work. It's all going to the chip. Steve, you're right. We will all be a barcode. Everything about you as a person and me as a person is going to be on a tablet. Joe, they're not putting a chip in me. I mentioned this. I said this a couple of weeks ago or a week ago. I'll be a cold day in hell before they're putting a microchip. It don't matter. At my age, I'll be long dead and buried before they get a chance to put this in. I'll die of old age before they do. But the next generations coming up, like our kids and our grandkids, they're fucked. They're screwed. They don't know. They don't even know it. That's the problem here. They don't have a clue. They don't know they're screwed. If you're listening to my voice and you're under the age of 25, open your fucking eyes because you do not know what's coming in your life. You don't have a clue. Learn. Find out what's coming because you guys are screwed. You guys aren't even going to be people anymore. You're going to be number 174432445. Bam. That's it. More for the hackers to take. No, that's the other thing. If they can put it on a chip and if they can program it and if they can computerize it, there's some kid sitting in his basement in India in his underwear with a laptop that can hack it. I guarantee you. Guarantee you. Chips are already happening in Switzerland. My heart's breaking. My heart is just breaking. I hope to God it. If they come here and they do the chip and they do the, you know what? I said this last week and I truly mean this and I do. And you guys, I swear to God, any one of you can hold me to this. If it comes to this, okay, if it comes to this chip and say within the next 3 to 5 years, they get rid of all the cash and it's the only way to do it is with the chip or with this or that, I will sell everything I've got. I will move to somewhere that nobody else would want to go and I will go back to the bartering system. I can bet you I can do better with you give me a small house with a piece of property with a river and the bartering system, I'll do better than all of you with all your chips and your money and your Bitcoin and all your shit. I will live better than you will. I guarantee you. I'm not boasting. I'm just telling you, I will. Thank God I'm an old prick. Big dog, bulldog, man. You and me both. Take money to do your shopping, draw it. Cash must be the way to fight back. Well, Schwab has said his 2030 plan is in play. I don't care about his 2030 plan. I really don't give a rat's ass. You know what? I have a contingency plan. I'm not playing with the politicians. I'm not playing with Schwab, and I'm not playing in this day's market. I'm just not willing to do it. I'm not willing to live out the rest of my life as a number or as a way for other people to get what they want. I'm just not willing to do it. And if that means that, you know what, I have to step out of society and, you know, find my little place, you know, out in the country and live, like I said, by my river with my garden and my home and my wife and my dogs and my guns, I will. I got no problem. I can live out the rest of my life and be a happy man. Take care of my kids, take care of my family. Steve, you're right. Not a slave to nobody. I refuse to be a slave to anybody. We all say that. I refuse to be a slave. But right now, in 2022, right now, we all are. I'm a slave. You're a slave. Dar's a slave. Everybody wants to be a slave. No, we are all slaves right now. Oh, lost me again.
What? Really?
Yeah, we're off. Oh, we're back. Thanks, December. I don't know what's going on.
It's our shitty internet, probably.
I don't know. Go check and see if go see if there's a van parked out front. Go check and see if go see if there's... So, right now we're all slaves. There's nothing we can do.
Oh, this feels so good.
Okay, Dara actually just got up and she's over in the recliner, and I'm looking at her going, damn. I want to go sit with Dar. Drop all digital and go back to the good old days. You know what? Donald, that's a damn good idea. That is a damn good idea, but nobody's going to do that. The world in general has gone too far. It would cost, what's after a trillion? A quadrillion or something like that? It would cost a quadrillions of dollars to go back to that. And they're not willing to do that. No more digital. It's too late. It's too late. We're already there. We're already using it, and we don't even know we're using it, most of us. It's too late for that. You can't just do that. PDS, give me a fishing rod and a river in the bushes. Hey, dude, come on up to my place. We'll be out there fishing and telling stories and planting gardens, and I got no problem with that. I got no problem with that. M. Smith, wise to connect with like-minded people. It is. Nothing a blackout won't fix. You know what? You're damn right. You're damn right. Dar, did I not say something to you? Dar and I were just talking a couple of days ago, and we were just saying, eventually, and it is going to happen, eventually, the grid is going to crash. The grid is going to crash. The power grid is going to crash. The banking system, everything is going to crash eventually. How many of us are in a position that when that happens, that we can go outside to our garage, flick a switch, a generator comes on, my lights come back on, I can go out to my garden, pick my food, I can get my rifle, go shoot something to eat, blah, 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 blah. How many of us are in that position? Not many. Not many. If you pay your taxes, you're part of the system. You're right. But unfortunately, if you don't pay your taxes, they're in a position to start taking shit away from you. I can't hide my house. There's 82. 82, I'll make you uncomfortable. Not 81. Get it right. Trout season salmon. Hey, dude, I don't care. That's the plan. KB has already spoken about it. I got no issues with it. When the grid crashes, you know, it's not like I've got $5 million in the bank and I'm going to lose anything. What the fuck do I care? Do you really need your Facebook and your cell phone to live? No, I do not. I do. Dar does. I don't. I'm just a simple little redneck that, you know, do I enjoy the convenience of it? I won't lie to you. Yeah, of course I do. Do I enjoy the you know, it keeps track of, you know, I can have my daily calendar, you know, blah, 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 that kind of shit. This isn't a phone. This isn't a phone. This is a computer. And this is a computer with a phone attached to it. They call this a cell phone. It's not. It's a computer with a phone. That's all this is. And do I like it? Yeah, I do. It's convenient to have. Can I live without this? Yes, I can. Can I live without Facebook? Don't give a rat's ass about Facebook. I get up in the morning, I might look at Facebook for 90 seconds, and that's about all the time it gets out of me in a day. It's a scanner. Yeah. You know what it is? It's a tracker, is what it is. I don't care what anybody says, but this little device here, there's somebody somewhere following you, and they know where you are, what you're doing. They know what you're saying. I sit here with this phone right now, and I talk to you guys for, what are we at, 93 minutes. This phone's been sitting in front of me, listening to me. I guarantee you, if I went on Facebook, I'm going to find ads about trucks. I'm going to find ads about this. I'm going to find all ads about a whole bunch of shit that we've talked about tonight. And this phone has picked it all up, okay? And I will go on Facebook and there will be ads about everything that we've spoken about tonight. How's that? Not only does this thing track you, but it listens to you. It compresses what you're saying and then gives it back to you in forms of advertisements because it thinks that's what you want. Smartphone, eh? No wonder it's called a smartphone. I use my Facebook and my cell phone to build my business. A lot of people do. That's what I use this for. I don't use Facebook for my business, but I do use this in my business a lot. And that's why I say it's a nice thing to have. It's a really good convenience to have. But can I live without it? Absolutely. I could live without this. You know what? In trucking, we used to drive around with a pocket full of dimes or a calling card. That's how we used to do it. I could go back to doing it again if you could find a payphone, right? We didn't have GPSs back then. What were we using? We were using Rand McNally and Pearly map books. We didn't have Google Maps. We didn't have Rand McNally GPSs or anything like that, right? I can go back to that, no problem. I know how to use a map book. I know how to use, you know, I can go back to getting a pocket full. Actually, what does a phone call cost at a bloody payphone now? It's probably about $1. Well, Joe, same thing. That's what we used to do back in the day trucking. Like I said, a pocket full of dimes or a calling card and a map book. You know, if you looked in the back seat, on the back of the seat of my passenger seat of every truck I owned back then, okay, there'd be probably 40 to 50 maps, one for every province and state, and then the smaller ones for all the intercities. That's how we used to get around. We didn't have a cell phone. You'd have to stop at the truck stop, stand in line behind 29 other guys that were all talking to their wives that night, pump a pile of dimes into the thing, and that's how we did it. The younger generation doesn't know how to use a map. You're right. They don't. Absolutely don't have a clue. Absolutely don't have a clue. Actually, it was funny when we had Beans out, and one of the things I was showing him is he very smartly, he went out and he bought the 2022 Rand McNally, the deluxe edition, the big one with the laminated pages. He shot the wad on it, and it's probably the good thing he did. And we were going through it because he didn't know how to use it. He didn't know how to read it. He didn't know how to check for the mileages and what the colors of the roads and this and that. And it was really good because he didn't have a clue. And it was really good. And it was actually a really good refresher for me. we spent, I don't know, a good couple of hours driving down the road. Just well, he was in the passenger seat going through that book. Many of them don't know how to sign their name in cursive. Clifton, that is so true.
So true.
That is so true. Look, I still use cursive. I can still do, I know how to do it at my age. My kids can't. Can any of our kids? I think the older two can. Hey, Dar? I think the older two can use cursive, but I don't think that the younger three can.
A little bit the middles. But
Yeah?
They don't know how to.
They don't know how. Yeah, isn't that ironic, eh? The kids can't do cursive. And I've noticed that the younger generation can't spell worth a shit. You know why? I'll tell you why.
They took it out of the curriculum.
Well, A, they took it out of the curriculum, and B, like when I type a message to Darlene, if I type something here, it corrects it for me. Right? It's got autocorrect. It's got it on my phone. It's got it on your computers. Nobody needs to know how to spell. You don't even have to get close to the word. As long as you're within a letter or two, it spells the word for you. And now I've noticed that not only does it spell the word, it's predicting what you want, what it thinks you're going to say next. It'll give you the two following words after the word that you've just put in. So now it's predicting your entire sentence. This is getting out of hand. Pretty soon we won't have an original thought in our own heads. The computer's going to do it for us. We have autocorrect, and I still see grammar mistakes in professional articles. Yeah, we pointed at where Dar found a couple today. We were looking at something on another YouTube website or another YouTube channel. We were looking at there, and they had a title of something of do this or do that, or do you want to see this? And there had to be 4 spelling mistakes and punctuation mistakes. And I'm like, and somebody put that up there, and I'm like, wow, that does not look good. There are no life skills taught in school anymore. Dude, I hate to tell you, but they stopped doing that, I don't know, 10, 11 years ago. My older kids didn't do too bad, but the younger kids, they took all of the stuff that would be functional or usable on a day-to-day basis. They've taken it out of the schools. Yeah, thank you, Dar, for the trade stuff. A lot of the trade stuff they don't push in school anymore, which is a shame, because you look at any of the trades right now, we're in dire need of all the trades, and it is. Cliff, you're right. It's very sad. They stopped pushing it. They push marketing. They stopped spelling. They stopped cursive writing. They stopped. Who am I kidding? The schools have gone soft. Society in general has gone soft. When was the last time you saw a baseball game where there was no winner and there was no loser? You can go down right now and see one anytime you want. Everybody gets a trophy. Everybody's a winner. Oh yeah, well that makes a soft society. That makes a very soft society, and this is just my opinion. And I'm sorry if it offends. No, I'm not sorry if it offends you. I don't give a shit if it offends you. But you know what? This no trophy, or everybody gets a trophy and everybody's a winner. No, we didn't do our kids, or we didn't do the generations. We didn't do anybody any favors.
Because when you come out of school, not everybody's a winner.
Exactly. Like Dar just said, when you come out of school, not everybody's a winner. It's a shame. It's a horrible. Oh, sorry, I'm reaching for candy. Hey, whose is that? I'm gonna eat.
What is that? That's mine.
I'm gonna have a piece of it. So, like I said, we didn't do our kids any favors by doing this. Little Billy comes out of school or comes out of his baseball game and he doesn't know the feeling of defeat, or he doesn't know the feeling of, he lost. It was a competition and he lost. How do you become better? You practice, you get better, you do things to make yourself better. That is how you make yourself better. But if you're not taught that and it's not given to you and you don't have that drive, you're going to end up with a fucking society full of zombies just walking around because everybody will be the same. And we're not the same. It's a shame. That is so good. Uncomfortable. You look at a kid the wrong way and they cry.
That's so true.
That is true. I'm so tired. I'll be honest with you. I'm so tired of walking around in society worried that worried that I'm going to say something that's going to piss somebody off or hurt somebody's feelings. No, don't get me wrong. I'm not really that worried about it. I've been doing it all my life. I don't, zero fucks given. But I'm tired of other people. You can't say that. You'll hurt his feelings. You can't say that. You'll hurt her feelings. I'm not responsible for her feelings. I'm not intentionally going out of my way to hurt anybody's feelings. But if you don't like what I'm going to say, then don't ask me my opinion. And if you do ask me my opinion and it hurts your feelings, they're your feelings. They're not mine. Deal with it. Sorry. Deal with it. And I don't. And I've tried to instill that in my children as well. I really have. I've tried to instill that in my children as well. You're not responsible for the way other people feel. You're not responsible for the way other people react to what you say. As long as you're not doing it in a vengeful, mean, hurtful way, as long as you're not doing it to intentionally hurt somebody, I got no problem with you saying anything you want. You can say anything you want to me. Greg, I'm going to slap you for offending me. You know what, Greg? Telling me you're going to slap me for offending me has offended me, so now I'm going to slap you back. How's that? Fuck you. Grand Wizard, how you doing, bro? I like, Debbie, what you said there. Education is indoctrination these days. Beyond ABCs and 1, 2, 3s, it's all garbage. Absolutely. Absolutely. So what are they teaching in school? What are they teaching our kids? Now, I'm going to be honest with you guys. My kids are grown. Okay? My kids are grown. So my kids haven't been in school for a lot of years. I finished high school. When I finished high school, it was 1988 when I finished high school. So I haven't been in school in a lot of years. We've got 5 kids that have all gone through school, but they haven't been in school in I guess the oldest one is, or the youngest one now is 20. So she hasn't been in school in 2 or 3 years. But what are they teaching in school? What is the curriculum and what are they pointing at? Are they going for like business? Are they going for administration? Are they going for what fucking direction are they going? Because they're not going with trades anymore. So where are they leading our kids with education? In what areas? Tech? I can see them probably doing tech, yeah. But where else? Because wherever the fuck they're taking them, it's not working. I wouldn't be surprised, Cliff, if you're right. Be honest with you, I wouldn't be surprised. They're not trying to take them anywhere. They're just trying to dumb them down so they're easier to deal with over the years. And the wizard's right too. I agree with that. Our leaders don't want us to have freedom and prosperity for the individual. They just want us to bow down. Not me, boys and girls. Hopefully none of you either. Not bowing. Not doing. To obey and comply. Yeah. You'll do all right. You'll do all right. JD's Garage, you'll do all right as a diesel technician. You'll never be unemployed. That's one thing. You'll never be unemployed. You'll always have a job. It's like a truck driver. You'll never be, I'll never be unemployed. The only time a truck driver is unemployed is if he wants to be. You'll never see, truck drivers walking into the unemployment office going, I can't find a job. That just doesn't happen. Hey?
Did you say hi to Karen?
I did not see Karen. Karen Manthorpeson?
Yeah.
Oh, there she is. Hey, Karen. Glad you are here. Yeah. If you're a diesel tech, you can work anywhere in the world. Absolutely. I've actually got two friends of mine that were diesel techs and trained at Volvo over in Europe. And when they came to Canada, they couldn't believe how far behind we were. They were so much farther advanced over in Europe with their diesel engines than we are here. So when they came over here and they started living here and working here, they were bored to death because the shit that they're working on here, they were working on over there 5 years ago. Like we're 5 years behind over here what they've got in Europe right now with diesels. Wizard, the only thing Volvo right now is leading the industry in is wait time for parts and sensors. That's the only thing right now they're leading the industry in. They've got the second most expensive trucks in the world, or say in North America. I won't say in the world, but they got the second most expensive trucks in North America. They got the biggest problems right now with supply chain for parts, for sensors, EGR, DPF, and just parts in general. Volvo is getting killed right now on their parts and their electronic components. They can't get them. They've got wait times that are absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Maybe Putin is coming over the pole to liberate us. That'll be a cold day in hell. He's welcome to come over the pole, but he's going to be running into my boot. They are advanced. They are more advanced in the technology. You are right. Such as they do not have Wizard. They do not have the emissions problems with the DPF and the EGR over in Europe that we have here. They've got it all worked out over there, which leads me to think is if they know how to do it and they've got it over there and it works and they don't have any issues, why don't they just ship it all over here and why aren't we using it? Beats the shit out of me. I don't know. Because they don't have those issues over there. They stopped having DPF and EGR issues ages ago. I'm learning Russian just in case. Trust me, Putin's not coming over the ice cap. He ain't coming. See this? You should see this dirty look right now.
It's better.
Darlene is sitting on the couch right now. She heard the crinkling of the chocolate wrapper.
It's better on your bits than mine.
Better on my ass than hers, she says. Someone needs to wake just inflation and his bottom majority up. Yeah. Yes, you're right. Tony, diesel is cleaner in Europe. You believe that, eh? Now, you can go to certain places in the States and you can buy premium diesel. We don't have it in Canada, I haven't seen it in Canada, but they do have it in the States. Premium diesel in the States is what Europe runs regular. It's very clean, very clean. Their filters don't have a whole lot of work to do with the diesel. Right. Diesel fuel needs to be filtered in the United States, in North America. You're right. Well, JD, yeah, you can buy an older truck, and I did that. You can buy an older truck and bypass all the emissions, but then with an older truck that runs 6.1 miles per gallon and diesel is $5.25 a gallon, you're going to go broke. You cannot survive in this market unless you're driving a 7+ mile per gallon truck. That's the bottom line. Sorry. I don't care who you are or where you are, but unless your truck's running better than 7 miles per gallon, you're not going to survive very long. If you've got an older truck, yes, you don't have emissions problems, you don't have DPF issues, you don't have EGR issues, but you also don't have a 7.5 mile per gallon truck either. You've got a 6.1. So unless your truck is paid for and you have no payment, or you have a money tree out back your house, which if you do, please let me know where you live, it's not worth it. I love the smell of Mexico fuel. I don't know how to take that. It's smiles per gallon, not miles per gallon. Yeah. Yeah, I hear you. Oh. One day old vehicles will be banned. Well, they've already started doing that, Wiz. They've already started doing that. It's not going to be long at all before you won't be able to say, they're just basically going to put a date and go 2010. Any vehicle after 2010, once it dies, can no longer come back on the road. And that's just the way it is. And then they'll just continue to upgrade that. So if it's 2022 right now, they'll say 2010. And then in 2023, they'll go 2011 will be the next one where you're not allowed. They'll just put a 10-year gap or something like that on it so that it doesn't matter as the years go up, so do the years. So it'll just keep eliminating vehicles off the road until you got no choice. Hey, Steve, I'm making you what? I don't know what you're talking about, Steve. Hi. I don't know, Steve. Can't help you out, buddy. Yeah, I can. You can say it. I am an asshole. My '07 Buick. Tell me it's a Regal. Tell me you have an '07 Buick Regal with only 137,000 on it. Well, then you should take your coffee crisp and get it out of my reach. I can't reach it. You're lucky I can't reach it. She made me go to the store earlier, buy all this candy, And then I'm eating it, and she's getting mad.
I like my stuff to last.
Oh, well. Give me a break. Break me off a piece. Okay, yeah. Everybody's going to sing the song now, eh? All you do is follow what California does. They set the standard and the bar. Dude, yes, they did. They set the standard and the bar and screwed us all. And Steve, we're no longer friends. She's just, Wizard, you're right. My wife's actually, she knows I'm worth right now. The insurance, actually, my earning potential and the insurance policy are almost even right now, right? I've got only X amount of years left before I probably die. And so she knows I've got this amount. So yeah, I think if she kills me now, she'll take the insurance policy and off into the sunset, probably with one of you guys. Do you know what that car is worth, Steve? You probably do. I was looking at the Regal and an 06 Grand National. The prices on those are absolutely, if they're mint and in absolutely great shape, the prices on those are ridiculous. Jesus, I was watching, it was on the auction. There were, one of them was an 06 or an 07 Grand National was going across the auction block, and I couldn't believe the price it got. It was an all original, numbers matching, and it was like in 70 something thousand bucks US. I couldn't believe it. You're right. Dar does not need sweet. She is sweet enough. Yep, once you pass a certain age, the wife doesn't get the payout. Well, in my case, mine does. Do you remember John Anderson Hamburgers in Air? Yes. Who is that? Hold on here. Hold on.
Do you remember what?
John Anderson was a restaurant. It was the best hamburgers. It was. I went to Arundel Secondary, right on the corner of Erin Mills Parkway and Dundas. And then the John Anderson's was a hamburger joint. It was down at Dundas and what was that? Arundel Station Road or something like that. John Anderson's. And absolutely best hamburgers in the world when we were kids. You would actually get it. We would all pile into our cars at lunch and whale down there, pig out like crazy, go down to the bowl and do what you did down at the bowl, and then go back to school for maybe catch the last class in the afternoon. Tony, you're making me feel old, buddy. Steve, yours is like brand new. Dude, hang on to it for about another 5 years. It'll probably be your retire. That's probably going to be your retirement right there. Back when restaurants were affordable. Yeah, you used to be able to go over there. There'd be 4 or 5 of us go over there and we'd go in with a 20, eat like champs, and come out with change. Still had enough to go buy. There was a little convenience store in the same place. You could go in there and get a pack of smokes and go back to school. Yeah. We went, what did we do today? Yeah, we went to right after the march today. We went to New York Fries. So I had a fries, like a Works. Dar had a hot dog and a fry and a drink. Jacob had a poutine, and we were almost $30.
No, we were almost $50.
Were we almost $50?
Yeah.
I don't know. I wasn't paying for it. Dar was. 40 what?
48.
48 fucking bucks for 3 fries, 2 drinks, and a hot dog. Tony, Canada is no longer the Canada I used to know. Bro, I've been saying that for ages. This is nowhere near the Canada I used to know. What we're living today is not what we were living 3 years ago, and it's not what I grew up with. And this is not how I grew up. This is not how I was raised. This is not the country that I grew up in. And it's killing me. It's killing me to know that it's never going to go back to that way. We are never going back there. Right now, where we're at right now is, unfortunately, and again, this is just my opinion, I think this is about as good as it's going to get. We can raise all the red flags and have as many lawyers and have as much shit as we want. It's never going back to what we were doing 2.5 years ago. It doesn't make a difference. Oh, I miss the QC squeaky cheese. Canada is utterly communistic socialism. We need a libertarian government, I believe. You know what we need? Wizard, you know what we need? This ain't going to be popular, but I don't give a shit. What we need is to clean house. Absolutely clean house. Start from the bottom up and just clean house. Get rid of, who said that?
Ted as well.
Did he? Well, Ted and I are thinking the same way then. Clean house. Get rid of everybody. Get rid of everybody who's a politician. If you're a politician and you're watching this and you can hear me, get the fuck out. We don't need you anymore. Look what you've done. This is a result of politicians. What we need, and as much as it pains me to say this, is on a certain level, Trump had the right idea because he wasn't a politician. He was a businessman, and he ran the United States almost as a business instead of a political career. Now, I'm not saying we need to do the same thing, but we need to remove the politicians who are career politicians that are only here. They took the job, and as soon as they got the job, they forgot what the hell they were supposed to be fighting for because they were too busy trying to figure out how they were going to stay in power and keep their job. That's what politicians do. They promise you this, we're going to fight for that, and I'm going to get you this, and oh yes, I'm behind you, and da 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 da. As soon as the cocksucker wins, I guarantee you, after he puts his name on his desk and the door in his office is closed, the first thing he turns to a secretary says, okay, get all those people that gave us the money for this one, get them on the phone and get them lined up for 4 years because they're trying to figure out how to keep their jobs. I don't give a fuck about your job. Take care of my country. Take care of my children. Take care of everything around me. Take care of my country. You do that, you'll have a job. Stop worrying about trying to keep your job. Do your job. That'll get you to keep your job. Any of this make any sense? Keep your job, get your job, do your job. Do your job, you'll keep your job, and you'll have a job. How's that? No, Donald, stop it. We're not having a civil war. How do you replace the elephant? That's a good question. That's a good question. Get rid of all the career politicians. Let's put people in there that don't have an agenda. All these politicians right now have an agenda. Right? That's what they have. They have a fucking agenda right now. And their agenda isn't for you and me. It's not for us. It's for them. And their party. And their bosses. And their bosses' bosses. And their Schwabs. And their Clobs. And their Clots. And their Fox. And their whatever. That's what their agenda is. Their agenda isn't to take care of us. Okay? Let's get rid of them. Get them all out. Start at the top and work your way down. Clean them all the way out. Start from scratch. Put non-politicians in there. Let's give that a try. What do you got to lose? What do you got to lose? We're losing fucking everything right now. What do you got to lose? Nothing. JD's Garage, I like that. If you work a job you love, you will never work a day in your life. I used to say that about trucking, buddy. I did. I used to say that about the trucking industry. I used to love trucking. I still love trucking. I still love my job. I still love. I'm not big on the industry, but I don't have the love and the fire that I used to. Cliff, Pat King. Does anybody know if he got out of jail yet? No, he's still there.
He's around with lawyers. He's got a date coming up.
He what?
He has a date coming up.
Yeah, I think the 18th, doesn't he? Something like that.
He's still shopping for lawyers.
Let's do something one person at a time. I'll make you uncomfortable. I agree. I'll agree. I say we wipe them all out there in one mass, do it, but let's put them all back in one at a time. Are there any actions to help him? What, Pat? I'm not 100% sure. I'm not 100% sure.
He's shopping for lawyers.
He's shopping for lawyers. Everyone install train horns on their vehicles. It seems to get the government's attention. Well, $81 is the fine. I'll be happy to pay that fine. They're teaching weakness. They are teaching weakness. That's where the next generation is coming from. They've been taught weakness with this everybody gets a prize attitude, and that's how we grew up. Eric's got the right idea. Start with a hometown person you back and really support them. Agreed. Eric, agreed. 100%. Couldn't agree more. Do you want a war? Okay, Beardy. Can't keep his own job, but you need to finish the sentence there, buddy. He needs a good Christian lawyer if one exists. You guys are doing all right tonight. Aren't there any freedom attorneys
This is his choice, apparently.
that will help Pat King? If he were out when he was, he would never leave anyone behind. Don't know. Oh, Tony, JT isn't losing respect around the world. Dude, he lost it. Absolutely lost it. He lost it a couple weeks ago. We put up some of those posts of some of the shit that was said about him and the other people in the EU. They trashed him. They ran him right into the dirt. And I was happy to see it. For once, as a Canadian, I was happy to see somebody running my prime minister into the dirt. Oh. And the guy is so stupid he didn't even fucking know it. You've got these other world leaders running you into the dirt, and global TV is telling everybody that he got a standing ovation. Oh my God, what a waste of time that was. Yeah, JT never had respect. Let's swap him out for Zelensky. Are you crazy? Weakness is when everything someone says crushes you, that or you are a psycho. If that's the definition of weakness, man, we're in trouble. He got Karen. Who did? Trudeau. He got told off in Hamilton the other day from the Ukraine people. I wouldn't be surprised. Okay, I'm going to say this, and I guarantee you the RCMP are going to be at my door. But how somebody has not taken a long-range rifle and blown the man's head off is beyond me. I'm not saying I would. I'm not saying that I want that. But he has hurt and crippled and decimated so many good people in this country. There's got to be somebody out there that's desperate enough, that's lost everything, has got nothing else to lose, who has not just gone F it and blown this guy's fucking brains out. I don't want him to get his brains blown out. You're not even funny. Not even funny. I don't want his brains blown out. I don't believe in that, but I'm just surprised it hasn't happened. If somebody phoned, or if somebody, showed me tomorrow a video that, he was making some kind of speech out in Manitoba, up where Uncomfortable lives, and then all of a sudden, he was shot with a high-powered rifle from a long distance, and of course, I'll make you uncomfortable would have an airtight alibi. I know he would. But it would not surprise me, and it would not, I wouldn't shed a tear. How do you define self-defense? You know what? You could almost say killing Trudeau. Not saying that I want to, but it's almost like the whole country could say that if he died, it was in self-defense. The whole country was defending themselves. How do you fight against a government that is a monopoly against the people? That's a damn good question. I'm shocked it didn't happen yet also. Yeah, it hasn't happened. I'm not talking about killing people. I don't want anybody to die. I don't believe in it. I don't believe that anybody should have to die. I'm just saying that I'm surprised, honest to God, that, that somebody somewhere has not done it because of the way he has run the country. And there's desperate people out there that just have nothing left to lose. It's not the government, they got no power. The owners, they got the power. You're right. If he takes your job, your house, your families, there must be recourse. Well, killing him's not a recourse. I'll say that. Killing him's not the recourse. The recourse is removing him. Watch out for the van. The recourse is just removing him from power. But how do you remove a dickhead from power that made a deal with the NDP that's going to keep him there for the next 4 years? Do you know how much freaking damage this asshole is going to do now? Do you know what? Do you guys know what Singh handed him when he did this? When they made this deal, the power that Singh handed him for the next 4 years, we can't touch him. He's untouchable. Right? And the Conservatives can't fight him. He's got both gloves out, and he can go at you anytime he wants and get away with anything he wants. Conservatives are powerless, and the NDP's along for the ride. I won't repeat that, Uncomfortable. Nope. And you're right, Wizard. He'll just make new laws to protect themselves. Right? He's screwed. Or we're screwed. In that sense. So what do? We sit and wait for the next 4 years, and we make goddamn sure that he and nobody associated with him, right? Nobody associated with him gets voted in. Absolutely not. I mean, when it comes time for the next federal elections, vote for the squirrels. Vote for anybody. Just don't vote for Trudeau, Liberals. Don't vote for NDP and Singh. Don't vote. I wouldn't even say vote for Conservatives. Jesus, like, who do you vote for? NBS party. Vote Grand Wizard. Yeah, what's your platform? What's the first thing that you would do? Somebody asked me that today. If I could take Trudeau's place, what is the very first thing that you would do if you walked into Trudeau's office? Grand Wizard, right now, give me the answer. Don't think about it. Don't do nothing. What is the very first thing you'd do? Tick, tick, tick. Come on, son. What is it? Tick, tick. Minimize government. That's a good start, but that wouldn't be the first thing you'd want to do. Tick, tick, tick. Come on. What is it? Sim gave himself a limitless credit card. You're right. He did. Sim gave himself a limitless credit card. Vote for Fred Flintstone. I don't know. Freeform the banks. Eliminate the carbon tax. What he said is the second thing that I would do. Okay? What he said is the second thing that I would do. The no bullshit party. Yeah, we've already gone up this road.
Burn us off.
Minimize government. Yeah. I'm just making sure. I'm just going by some of the comments here to see what other people have said. Minimize government is the second thing that I would do. The very, very first thing that I would do, and I can't remember, somebody asked me this earlier. I think it was, I'll make you uncomfortable. The very first thing I would do is I would make sure that every single veteran has medical care, has food, has a roof over his head, has all of his needs met. I would make sure that every Canadian veteran, regardless of age, that has served in the Canadian military and done his part for our country, is taken care of for the rest of their life. Then I would minimize government. Then I would also go back and make sure that all of these assholes that were doing this now were held accountable. I'd go after every single one of them. I guarantee you, the politicians of today would not want me as a politician 5 years from now when Trudeau's done in 2025. Or sorry, 5 years in 2025 when Trudeau's done. They would not want me to be in power or to be running in politics, because if I won after I took care of the veterans and minimalized the government, I'd be coming after every single one of them and making them accountable for everything that they did to these truckers, to all of the people. Everybody that they screwed over, they'd all be done. All be done. They'd be cooked. Their asses would be done. They would be jumping ship. There would be 747s full of politicians and people jumping out, flying out of this country so fast it wouldn't be funny. It would not be funny. I'd go after them all. And if they stayed, they'd be fucked. You're going to answer. You people are going to answer for what you did to us. That's just what I would do. I don't know what you guys would do, but that's what I would do. I'd make them pay for it. You got to take away their fucking pensions too. Trudeau's pension, gone. Singh's pension, gone. All you people that work for these parties that have these lovely pensions, gone. I'm going to freeze your bank accounts. You're criminals. You don't deserve this. What you did to us is criminal. You're going to lose everything you've got like we all lost everything that we got. Let's see how well you do. Gone. Anyway, that's just, like I said, that's just me. Custom Parliament horns. That's the other thing. You know what? I'd put train horns at the top of the Parliament buildings, and every day at 9, noon, and 3, I'd honk those horns. I'd be the first. I'd be up there, even if I was the Prime Minister. I'd be up there in my suit, fucking up there honking those horns. Yeah, I'm a little worked up tonight. That's all right. I think it's all the sugar. Yeah, there's a lot of things we could be doing. There's a lot of things that I'd be doing. There's a lot of, and it's, you know what? Here's the thing. Everything that I've said that I would do, a lot of you would probably come up with the same thing. It's all common sense, right? This ain't magic. This ain't anything coming out of our butts. It's common sense, right? Take care of the vets, minimize the government. Make the people that screwed us, make them accountable, right? How do I say this? Fix our education system so our kids have a chance. Our kids, it might be too late, but our grandkids. Fix our education system. Put the ABCs and the 1, 2, 3s back into school and let make sure it's being taught. And I want to kick the person in the ass who wants to take the word God out of our national anthem. You should be shot for even thinking that or saying that. In a sense, pensions are powering the brown shirts. Trudeau gets over $300 a year for life now. Not if I went into politics. If I went into politics, that guy wouldn't get $300. I'd give him $30, a pack of smokes, and a flat beer. I might buy him a train ticket, but that's about it. That's all he's going. Wouldn't give him the time of day. How about just making it fair? Make gas and food affordable again so people have a fighting chance again. Yeah, absolutely. There are ways to generate money in this country without having to raise taxes and tax the shit out of the people. The reason our taxes are so high is because the country is spending money frugally. No, these politicians are spending money faster than we can generate it. And they're not spending it on things in-house that we need. They're not spending it on Canadians. They're spending billions out of country. And who's paying for this? Us. And how are we paying for it? With our taxes. And how are they making more money to spend on stupid shit out in the outside world? Raise our taxes. You know what? Stop spending $1 billion a week on stupid shit outside of our country. We wouldn't have to be taxed so high. And then people wouldn't be killing themselves to work. You know, instead of having to work a 40-hour week, people right now are having to work a 50-hour week because they can't make ends meet. You know what? Let's get it back down to a 40-hour week. Let's get the taxes under control. Let's get our own country, our own people. Let's get our own people fed, clothed, educated. Let's spend money on all of that. Let's spend money on our own infrastructure, our own education system, our own businesses, our own job training, our own career building, our own military. Let's take care of all of that. And then if there's any money left over, okay, we'll throw a couple bucks across the water and help out some other countries. But until all of those are taken care of, fuck everybody else. I want my country to be big and strong and healthy. First. That's what I want. Is it going to happen? Not with these asshats running the country. These guys are giving more money away than we can make. You can't tax us anymore, but they're going to. Wizard's got a great idea there too. Use our own resources. We are I think we are the third largest oil producing country in the world, third or fourth. Okay? And we don't use our own oil. The United States is, I think, our first or our second largest customer selling oil. And then we sell oil to Brazil and we sell oil to the other countries. But we buy oil from Saudi Arabia cheaper than we're selling it to all the other countries. So we're actually making money on our oil and buying it cheaper somewhere else. But if we were to turn that around and turn around our oil and our gas production and use it in-house, or even if we used 1/3, if we took our oil production and took 1/3 of our oil production and used it for in-house only, we'd have cheap oil and gas. Go to Saudi Arabia and buy a liter of gas. It's like 25 cents a fucking liter. Why? Because they do it themselves. Right. Why aren't we doing that? Why do we not have Petro-Canada that's truly Petro-Canada? Right? Why are we not using our own gas and our own oil? I'm telling you right now, man, we'd be doing really well as a country if we were. It was called Petro-Canada, and I don't know if many of you are still are old enough to remember that when Petro-Canada came, when the government started it, it was originally owned by the federal government, and it was supposed to be Petro-Canada. It was supposed to be use our own. It would be cheaper. It would be better. It would be great. Then they sold it. Pierre Polivier said exactly what you're saying. You just said, get your own resources working for us. I would too. That's another thing I would do. I would turn our resources right around. And any outside country, like for example, any of the countries that have money invested in our resources here, if you don't like the fact that we're using our resources to supply our country first and then the rest of the world later,
That's how it should be, though.
F off. I don't care. Where is Alberta's Heritage Fund? What happened to that? I don't know. Steve, you remember that, eh? The Petro-Canada when it first came? That was supposed to be the shit. That was supposed to be the shit. The tax money from that, the revenue from that was supposed to do so much for this. Feed this, roads, this, that. None of it has happened. Petro-Canada is a joke. We need more Canadian made. We need more Canadian made everything. You know what? We've got the best beef in the world. We've got the best livestock in the world. We've got oil. We've got natural gas. We've got diamonds. We've got lumber. Boy, have we got lumber. Name a fucking resource that Canada does not produce. There's probably a couple, but not a whole lot. Really, there's not. I think just about everything that you can think of somewhere in the world that we're buying it, we don't need to. Right? We've got just about every resource that you can think, and we've got it right here. Why are we getting fucked on it? Name a resource we don't get screwed on. I can't, Joe. I can't. We are going to get it where we're definitely moving toward more Oh, wow, that one went by. Putin threw a wrench in the WEF. Yes, he did. He did. As much as I don't agree with a lot of the stuff he does and a lot of things he said, he did. He told the WEF to go screw himself. He would not put Russia on the main banking charter along with all the rest of the countries. And that's why he's not popular with the WEF. Absolutely not. He told them to go F off. Canada's got the highest taxes. I think we're the second or third. I think Great Britain is still higher. They're taxed higher than we are. But I'm not sure. I know that we're up there. I think we're second or third. Great Britain and a couple other ones. Doesn't China own Petro-Canada? I'm not sure. It's passed through a few hands. It's been sold and resold and whatever a couple of times. I don't know who owns it now. Dar's checking that out right now. Hold on, December. Dar, I'll have an answer for you. Who? Suncor Energy. Suncor. I know that they got a great big refinery out in Quebec. I don't think it's not Canadian owned. Who owns Suncor? I guarantee you Suncor is owned by Vanguard or it's gonna be ridiculous. Zach, how we doing, brother? Here, look at this. All the information you sent me yesterday. I'll be calling you tomorrow. Those are your numbers. Got it all figured out. Went through all of your shit, all of the stuff you sent me. I had a massive headache. My eyes were crossed. My hair went gray trying to figure out all of that stuff you sent me, but I did get it figured out. And I'll call you tomorrow with your numbers, okay? What?
Suncor is actually an Alberta company.
Suncor is actually an Alberta company as far as Dar says.
It's a Canadian integrated energy
It's a Canadian integrated energy
company.
company. That is a mouthful. Anybody else want to say that?
They are the 252nd largest public company in the world.
They are. I'm not reciting all this. Like I'm not an encyclopedia. These people can Google their own shit. I'm not. I'm not doing this. They are 252nd largest publicly traded company in the world. That's it. I'm not telling you anything else. I was just in North Carolina. A nice house with 2 acres, $400,000 US. You know what, man? I was just out in Nova Scotia. A nice house on 16, a 3-bedroom house on 16 acres with a river running through it. You want me to tell you how much that was? Okay, I'll tell you. $220,000. 16 acres, 3-bedroom house. Yeah. I'd rather be in Nova Scotia. Pure Elliott Trudeau pet ripped off Canada First, and you know that he used to walk out of the Senate hearings when he didn't get his way. Yeah, well, you know what? His son does the same thing, the little puss. Highest taxes, top 10. Aruba, Sweden, Denmark, Netherlands, Belgium, Australia, Japan, United Kingdom, Finland, and Ireland. Raw torque. Well, I guess I've been told, haven't I? I said what? We were in the top 2 or 3? I guess not. You want me to say? We'll do that again. Top 10. Aruba, Sweden, Denmark, Netherlands, Belgium, Austria, Japan, United Kingdom, Finland, and Ireland. Okay. How do we get merch? You'll have to stand by on that. We'll let you know. But it is coming. There you go. Uncomfortable. Dar's talking to you.
He asked, how can we get merch?
Yeah.
Just give me a couple weeks.
Yeah. JT should get kicked in his mangina. You know what? Just saying anything about this guy with an angina is an insult to women, so we're not even going to say that. He doesn't have a dick. He doesn't have a mangina. He doesn't have a vagina. I don't know what he's got. He's just a tool. He really is. I sold a V8 Scania. The end is coming. Robert, why would you sell that? Can't get a house in Ontario in my area for under $120,000. Under $120,000 over list. Same here, dude. Isn't that insane? If you see a house for $500, you know they're gonna get $625 to $650 for it. They don't even start at the offer. The real estate agents now, they're just going, okay, this house is worth $600, but they're gonna get $8, so we're gonna put it at $550 and see and it just takes off. It's insane. It's been going on in my area too. And dude, like I said, I live out in the country. So the housing market out here is not, say, like it would be in Toronto or Mississauga or Etobicoke or anything like that. But it is happening out here. Cynthia, you work at Canada's largest food distribution corps. I'm really getting worried. People are not able to afford to eat. Food banks do not have enough supplies, and prices are going up daily. I don't know what, for the first time tonight, I don't know what to say to that. My heart breaks when I hear that. It really does. I'm sorry that there are a lot of people right now that are struggling and fighting just to put something on their table to eat. That's if they've got a table and a roof over their heads, right now, because right now it's so hard. That sucks. That really does. Dude, you'll rent me a culvert for $750. Are you kidding, man? I could rent out the last 10 feet of my driveway for fucking $800. Why would you do that for $750? Yeah, you better step it up, son. I got you beat. Yeah. Oh, while the elites attend meetings with $1,200 dinner plates. Dude, if the day ever comes, and I say this with all honesty, if the day ever comes that I can afford to pay $1,200 for a dinner, it just won't happen. I can think of about a million other things that I can spend $1,200 on that would be more useful and productive than a fucking dinner at a rich dinner at some place like that. Just will not happen in my lifetime. Cry when the end comes. What can you say? No money. I won't be crying. Something I've always wanted to do. This. Take 53 van trailer, fill it full of groceries, donations, deliver it to the food bank, and surprise. I think that would be awesome. Zach, you're my hero tonight, buddy. You are my hero tonight. That would be awesome. That would be absolutely awesome. Try 100 per foot, haha, for your driveway. Yeah, I bet you you're probably right. You want to pay it? Dude, my driveway's 90 feet long by 60 feet wide. I could probably rent out blocks of my driveway and it'll pay my mortgage. I don't have to worry about nothing else. The food bank gets trucks like that all the time. Like that. It's huge. I don't know. You know what? Unfortunately, and out of my own ignorance, that's one area of life that I don't know a lot about. And I know how food banks work, and I know the concept behind them and what they're supposed to be doing and where they get their donations from. But I've never, and maybe one day I should go down to a food bank and volunteer and see how it works and see how, and how they function and how they serve the community. But as it sits right now, and like I said, it's my own ignorance. I just don't know. I would maybe go check that out. The dinner plate should be a plate of sewer stew. I agree with that. I am donating an average of $1,000 a month to my local food bank through donation. It is a drop in the bucket. $1,200 and $1,200 and nothing on the plate. I've been in a few. You know what, Joe? It's like I said. It's not an area I've never had to use the services of a food bank. But on the other hand, I've never volunteered or offered my time. Maybe I should. It would be a good education for myself and maybe my family or whatnot to see how that works. I don't know. Put a mirror on the plate. Got to take it back from the bottom up. Donate, but call them and ask them what they need so they get the same old. That would be a good idea, actually. Call them and see what they need so they don't get the same shit all the time. No, I've never been in one either, Zach. It's a humbling experience volunteering at a food bank. Trust me, I did it when we lived out east.
I did too before.
Yeah, Dar's done it. If I ever won the lottery, I would open a soup kitchen and feed everyone that needs a free meal. Dude, if I ever won the lottery, I'd open more than a soup kitchen. I used to take fresh fruit to the food banks in Toronto in 2004. They stopped taking raw product. Guess the hungry don't need fresh peaches. If you can get in a store without a mask and you don't have enough people standing beside you, think about it. Awesome, Steve. Yeah. Yeah. There's you think about the rich in this country. Okay, think about this. I'm not talking about like Elon Musk. He's not Canadian, or he's not in Canada or whatever. The billionaires and all that. But there are enough rich people in this country, and there are enough rich politicians in this country that we could feed every homeless person in every shelter, and every veteran would have a meal. We could eliminate and wipe out hunger in our country. There are 34 million people in this country. Okay? 34 million people total in the Canadian population. Are you telling me that the rich in this country could not feed the homeless and wipe out the homeless and the starving and the hunger problems in this country? You are goddamn right they could. You're telling me that our government couldn't do the same thing? If they weren't spending billions of dollars overseas on needless, stupid shit, and they didn't turn it around and put it back into our own country, you're telling me that we couldn't feed our homeless and feed our hungry and take care of our veterans? You're goddamn right we could. Again, why is it not happening? Yeah. Actually, who said that? Cynthia just, what does that say, Cynthia? There is not a food shortage on this planet, just bad management. Bam! You got it. Nailed it, Cynthia. Thank you. Nailed it. There's not a food shortage. Plenty of goddamn food. Bad management. Greg, I don't care where I am, whether I'm in the United States or whether I'm in Canada. If I see a veteran or an active serving military person, I buy them their dinner or their lunch or their breakfast or whatever the fuck they are if we're in a restaurant. Darlene's done it too, and we've done it. We buy them their meal. And if you're a veteran and you're standing there and we know you're a veteran and you're in line to buy, at Tim's, or if you're whatever, we'll buy you one. I absolutely refuse. I don't care how broke or how hungry I am, and Darlene feels the same way. No veteran in this country is going to buy himself a coffee and have to scrape to the bottom of his pocket to buy himself a coffee. I will buy them a coffee. I'll buy him a sandwich. I'll buy him whatever the hell he wants if I can afford it. And more people should think that way in this country. Sorry, that was just a blast, but that's true. I don't care who you are. No veteran or active serving military person in the Canadian or the U.S. military. I hate to say that. No, I don't hate to say this, but when I'm in the States and I see a couple of young kids standing at the Flying J, and they're going like this, and they're going through their pockets, and they're pulling like change out to pay for a bag of Doritos and like a sandwich or something. Fuck that. I'll buy it for you. If you have to empty your pocket and then pull the lint out to get the last penny to pay for that, don't worry about it. I got it. You're good. Have a good night. Go protect us. Go do something. Go protect us. There's approximately enough food for 10 mil in the planet. There are approximately 7 mil on the planet. You mean bill, not mil. There's more than 7 million people on the planet. There's 7 billion people maybe on the planet, not 7 million. My kids think that's, well, they did the first couple of times they saw their mother and I do that. Why are you buying, they're in the military or he's a veteran. Like, why are you doing that? It's like, you know what? That guy has earned that meal. He's earned meals for the rest of his life. Never mind that meal that I just bought him. He's earned a meal every day for the rest of his life if he served in our military and he fought. And my kids, again, they thought it weird in the beginning. They don't now. They understand it now. But they did in the beginning. They thought it was really bizarre that mom and dad used to buy active military people, their lunch or their dinner or whatever. Earth can support estimates of 40 billion fed if it was ran right. Right. 40 billion. The Earth can support 40 billion, can feed 40 billion if it was ran right. Right. But who's going to run it? Who's going to run it? Because you take 40 billion to feed 40 billion, it doesn't matter. Somewhere or another, somebody's going to get greedy and it'll go off the rails. If it was ran right, we wouldn't have that problem. But do you see it ever being run right? I just can't see that happening. Birth rate is declining. I don't know, is it? I don't know, is it? Is the birth rate declining? I know I ain't putting out any more kids. I've done my part. There's 5 girls in the world right now, that I've raised, and forget it. I'm not having it anymore. I've done my part for king and country and crown. Forget it. First boss was a mentor. You want to see something really cool, guys? There's a company in the States. It's a trucking company. It's a flatbed company. And they hire, what the hell's the name of them? They're out of Des Moines, Iowa, and they hire most of their drivers come out of the U.S. military, and it's an awesome program they've got. They hire all military veterans. They train them. And by the time they train them they pay for all their truck driving training and everything like that. And by the time they're fully trained, they've got a well-disciplined, a hardworking, well-trained truck driver that likes to follow the rules and do as they're told. And yes and no, is that good? Yes and no, but they're hiring veterans. They're giving veterans jobs. UNICEF. Sorry, you guys are typing so fast. I can't keep reading all this. We need a war on poverty, really. Freeze all their assets, investigate them, and the money. I've said this before. Could you imagine if, remember when they were freezing bank accounts and they were investigating? Could you imagine if somebody turned around and did a dark, deep dive into Trudeau's assets, Poilivier's assets, Singh's assets, all of these political bigwigs? If we went and did a huge dive into every single thing about these people all the way back 10 years and see what we dug up about their financials, how many of these fuckers would actually still be in power today or be able to show their face? Not many. Not many, I guarantee you. Lamppost and rope for sale. You know what, but dude, I don't have a lamppost, but we got lots of trees and I got lots of rope. Lots of rope. Oh. We need a new political party in Canada. Cynthia, we've been saying that for months. We've been saying it for months. Political parties can't just be, I wish they could, but they can't just be started up on a whim. A political party is you need some influence, you need some backing, and you need a shit ton of money. This shit runs on literally barrel loads of money. Trudeau's papa owned Irving Fuels. I think Justin is one of the largest shareholders in Petro-Canada.
We're approaching 3 hours.
Are we really? Holy crap. Should you supply the lamppost, I'll make the rope. Dude, also, I got, like I said, I got trees. I got a 1/4 mile worth of tree line back there. Man, 1/4 mile worth of trees. How many do you want to hang? Come on out. I like that. Take a push mower and tie the handle down, then extend the rope out 20 feet, then tie to a stake in the ground. Sit back, sit back and enjoy and say thanks to Red Green. I remember that show. That show was actually funny. Hawaii just got a new huge party. Aloha Aina party, and every district is up for election. I did not know that. Mind you, I've never been to Hawaii. All of them. Love that show. Yeah, Joe, I used to love that show too. Red Green was the bomb, eh? Yeah, absolutely. Red Green is still relative today. Yeah, he is, believe it or not. The more you decentralize, the easier it is to get third party to be electable. Tulsi's going to be Prez of the Republic of Hawaii. Huge supported veterans in Hawaii. I love that one, and Leave It to Beaver. Oh, Zach, you didn't just say that, did you? Leave It to Beaver? Oh, no. I'm a beaver lover, but not like that. Political brain equals brainwashed. Man equals free. Who owns me? Hey, Robert, it's too late in the evening to be doing math. Political equals brainwash, question mark. Man equals free, who owns me? Darlene owns you. Darlene owns you. Look out, Robert. Darlene owns you. Donald, Men in Black are in the driveway. I think they're circling the house. I saw something out one of the back windows out here on the back of the property. I don't see any red dots. Any of you guys ever seen any red dots show up on my chest? Let me know before the shots come through the windows. Oh, Ted, I'm not telling you that. Come on. There's enough people on here that know what area I'm in. Ontario. I'm in Ontario. I'll give you that. Just making sure there's no red dots. We're good. Well, guys.
There's enough windows here.
It's about that. Yeah. The whole back of my house. So yeah. The whole back of my house are all windows. Look at this. I'm telling you, if they're going to come in, they're coming in now. The frickamajig. What did I do here? Oh, there we go. Oh, is this Ted's first time? Ted's a virgin. I am new, first time. Cliff, you out of here? Yeah, we're going to take off too. We don't usually go this long. We're into this for 3 hours, over 3 hours. Just Pete. What? Hey, you keep your pizza sauce to yourself, Steve. Stay out of my pizza sauce.
Dara seems like a box wine girl.
Dar seems like a box wine girl. She don't drink like no box wine girl. Let me tell you that. Actually, her stash is a little low.
Right, I guess.
She hit the vino. The last two or three lives. The last live we had here, she drank two bottles of wine. Sitting here doing the lives. I'm doing all the heavy lifting. She's over there getting just smashed. Good on her. It was great. Now I got to go out and go to the liquor store and replenish her wine supply. I think that's her payment. Yeah, she sits over here. I do all the talk and I do all the work. And she just sits there and gets wasted.
That's true, Ted.
I like what you're saying there, Ted. Hold on. Remember, your decisions are more likely to be influenced by where you stand on the mountain. We are all humans equal and only one mind you control, yours. Absolutely agree. That is very well said. I really hope, Ted, that came out of your own mind and that wasn't a regurgitation, because that is fantastic. That is really well said. Thank you for that. Like what you said, like where you're standing. I'll make you uncomfortable. Dar must have some Ukrainian in her. Nah, she's never had a Ukrainian in her, but I'm a Canadian. She's got a Canadian in her, but never a Ukrainian. All right, guys, you know what? I'm going to bed. What time is it here? It's 11 o'clock. Come on. All right, we're going to read one more of Ted's, okay? Hold on. It's the theory, it's the theory of righteous or moral intent. No right or wrong, but what was your intent in your actions? But what was your intent in your actions? Again, very well said. Jeez, dude, it's too late for this. If you want to throw stuff like this in here, you got to start earlier in the night, man. Yeah, Ted, we do this almost every Saturday night. We usually kick it off around 8 o'clock. Get on here around 8 when I've got a fresh brain, because I'm 3 hours into this. I got tapioca running through my ears right now. I'm done. You're a poet and you don't even know it. You got it. All right, guys. I'm having a good night. Thank you for everybody being in here tonight. We had a really good talk. Had a great time. So we will catch you all.
Greg needs to send us an email, though.
Greg needs to send us an email.
Yeah.
Okay. Does he need our email address?
It's in there.
What?
It's in the channel somewhere.
All right. Well, Greg, wheelburnerexpress@gmail.com. Send me an email. But I don't read emails unless you got to send me $50 first. It cost you $50 for me to read your email. Just kidding. Anyway, good night, guys. Karen, good night. Cliff, good night. Tony, have a good one. Debbie, out of here. Unbound, yeah, you go to bed too, Dar. All right, guys, later.